shower is completed. That's not okay.
Oh, I just saw the gnat again.
That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! I've ordered takeout. Yes, I have. I'm using a literal butternut right now.
Tried my first bite of food. It dribbled on me a little bit.
One day I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy.
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Hey there, YouTube. It's me, Hens. I'm here, and it's time to kick this off. My first ever live stream. And it's Amber's first live stream since I've been reacting to her, so doubly special. Love it. Hey, Serial. What's up? How's the audio? Nice. What are you having for dinner? Hey, Sussy. How's it going? Okay, good. Alrighty. Well, I have the first video selected. It's called I Know Who Amberlynn's Ex Valentine and Erica Is. Homemade mac and cheese. Hey, Nikki. How's it going? It's only 8 minutes, so I think I can watch it on regular speed, and if it's kind of weird, I'll speed it up.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Now listen, I have been very vocal about the fact that I believed Amberlynn's ex Valentine was not real. I made a whole video on it saying I don't think she's real, Amberlynn is making this up. And I know a lot of you out there also think she is fake. Even after Amberlynn's big reveal she did yesterday, a lot of you
it's
guys
kind of like
still think
inconsistent.
she's lying about Valentine, she's making her up, she's
Is it
not
better?
real. Or there's some of you who think that Valentine and Tommy are the same person, and Amberlynn's been dating Tommy since back in September, and there's just so many thoughts and speculation out there about what is actually going on. And like I have always said, this is something that happens because Amberlynn, first of all, has lied in the past, but also, second of all, to this day, she still doesn't give the full story on her channel. She will leave out little details or just completely misrepresent something that happened. And look, I mean, she's completely,
Crystal,
she has
I turned
every
it
right
up
to
a little
do that.
bit.
It's her channel. It's her life. She can put out what she wants to. And in some situations, I feel like it is good to not tell the full story and the full details. You know, I'm not saying she should lie about it, but maybe just don't tell every little thing. However, there are some times where it does hurt her to leave out the details, because that just leads people to make up in their minds what she's
Let me
leaving
speed it
out.
up.
And I get that because I do that too. I start looking at clues and going, okay, what is she not telling us? Because that's so much of what
Hope
has happened
everybody's
in the
having a
past.
good
And like I said, when it came
Friday
to Valentine, I
or
just
Saturday.
assumed Amberlynn had made her up and that she never existed. And then something happened a week or two ago that completely changed my mind about the Valentine thing. Let's just say I was in the right place at the right time. And I began talking with someone who said Valentine is real, her name is Erica, and she is married. Now, keep in mind, like I said, this was about 2 weeks ago, 10 days to 2 weeks ago. And this was before Amberlynn had revealed any of this.
She was still
about
following
Valentine.
her?
And
Oh my
the
god.
proof that they gave me
What
to
the
back this
fuck?
up was very compelling, and I believed them. But I knew that I could not tell you guys about this because they did not have any concrete evidence to say this is 100% the truth. They didn't have anything like, say, a picture that Amberlynn had sent to Valentine that no one else
It
would
makes
have
sense
had,
that she
or
totally
maybe,
sat
like,
on
a
the
video
information.
of Amberlynn that no one else would have had. Like, I needed something concrete because I know you guys are
Hey,
like
Sweet
me,
Pea.
and you would have
Oh, it just turned midnight there. Nice.
said, how do we know this is real? So I just kind of sat on the story, hoping that eventually Amberlynn would come out and reveal something that would confirm the story that I had been told, so that I could then
Absolutely disgusting.
go ahead and tell you guys what I knew, because then I would know that it was actually 100% the truth. Now, I know there's still gonna be people out there who don't believe me, and that's totally fine. I completely understand. But what I'm about to tell you guys about Valentine, I completely believe, and hopefully Amberlynn comes out at some point and backs it up and says that is what happened. But one thing that I do want to say is that I wish Erica no ill will. While I don't agree with a lot of the things that she has done, it's not my business, and I am in no way encouraging or condoning any type of harassment towards her. Oh, one more thing that I was told to back up the fact that
Aw, happy birthday, Nikki.
I believe that this is completely
Welcome in,
real.
Duncan.
I was sent Erica's Instagram. So what I'm
Natalie,
about to share with
actually.
you is who I believe to be Valentine/Erica. And again, I don't want any kind of harassment toward Erica, but I do feel like it is important to share this with you guys.
Yeah, everybody say happy birthday to Nikki.
Because I want you to know Erica and Tommy are not the same person. And in this situation, I believe Amberlynn when she tells the timeline of events. I believe that she was dating Erica from September until June, and that she started talking to Tommy very shortly after that. So this is Erica.
No, I'm not going to be singing on live stream.
Nothing works on this
And
acne.
sorry about the commercials.
Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Cure.
I don't have YouTube Premium. I'm not going to pay for them.
Very shortly
commercial
after that.
free.
So this is Erica.
That's Erica. She is so mask. Like, she's very handsome. Let's say that. Hit the like. Thank you. Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream. This is so crazy how much she's lifting.
As you guys can see, Erica is very into going to the gym and weightlifting, clearly
And
takes
getting
it very
tats.
seriously.
She's so tatted
And
up.
what I'm about to tell you about her and Amberlynn's relationship
Everybody was like, oh, Tommy's tatted as hell. Not compared to her.
is what I have been told. And just like with the game telephone, anytime you hear something
Mhm.
secondhand, there
She does look like Destiny.
could be small details that are wrong. However, I believe everything I'm about to tell you actually happened. So Erica messaged Amberlynn first, and that is how the whole relationship got started. They talked constantly and FaceTimed each other
Let's go back.
first, and that is how the whole relationship got started. They talked constantly and FaceTimed each other, but they never met. Erica never wanted to go visit Amberlynn, mostly because she was in fact married. But she was telling Amberlynn that she was going to move in with her in August. She never had any intentions of doing so. This is just what she was saying to Amberlynn. The relationship ended
I don't
because
see
Erica broke up with Amberlynn.
Writing.
And the
Oh no, it's backwards. Can't read it.
reason was because of Amberlynn's BPD. Now, Amberlynn, as you might imagine, did not take this well, and apparently she started blowing up Erica's phone, calling over and over and over, texting over and over, and
It's not surprising that Amber would be like that she would be calling and calling, texting and texting. That's exactly her MO. She did that with Destiny. She did that with Beck. She did that, like, with everybody. Even Crystal, she had to know what she was doing whenever she was, like, out of the room. It's obsessive.
Erica's wife noticed this, and that is why Erica's wife called Amberlynn, and that is how Amberlynn found out Erica was married. Apparently, Amberlynn also sent Erica nudes of herself and at least one video of her moaning Erica's name. Now, I know a
Ew.
lot of you are probably saying, okay, what's the
So
big
gross.
deal? We already know most of
Absolutely
this. Amberlynn
disgusting.
came out with the info herself. But again, I just want to remind you the whole reason why I didn't say anything about this was because I felt like I needed to have concrete proof and evidence that what I was told was true before I brought it to you guys. And with Amberlynn coming out and saying everything that she said in yesterday's video, that is what caused me to feel like, okay, the things that I've been told have been confirmed by Amberlynn herself, and now I can share what I know with my audience. And if you still don't want to believe me, I completely understand. But next time Amberlynn does one of her Q&As, maybe someone can ask her, hey, did Valentine have red hair? Was Valentine huge into weightlifting? Did Valentine
Her voice kind of reminds me of the spilled drama channel. What the fuck? I can read. I don't know what that is.
have tattoos? And I guess we'll find out. But the biggest
Spill
reason
the
why I wanted
drama
to come
channel.
forward with this, even though most of this info has already been put out by Amberlynn herself, was because I see people out there saying pretty mean stuff about Amber, saying that she's a homewrecker, that she knew Erica was
I mean,
married and dated her
she is a
anyway,
homewrecker.
saying that Erica is Tommy and they were
Just because the person wants to cheat on their spouse doesn't mean you need to help them. That's the point.
waiting for Tommy's girlfriend to pass away. And to me, none of those things are true. I believe Amberlynn when she talks about the
Beauty
timeline of these
guru.
past relationships. I know she has lied about so much in the past, but when it comes to this,
I don't
I
like
do believe
them.
what she's telling us. And I guess it's up to you. if
There's
you-
like not really any beauty gurus that I actually like. I get recommended random stuff, I guess just because I'm gay, but like I don't wear makeup.
you want to believe it or not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to
Oh, that was a
subscribe.
quick
And
video.
don't forget to tell me
Oh, yeah.
all of your comments and thoughts that I know you have in the comments down below.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
To the best of my ability.
I would really.
Like, I feel like she played.
Okay,
This one
this
curl is the reason I
Mhm.
started my wavy hair journey. When I found pros, I was desperate for a solution.
this video is apathetic faxes. So I'm gonna do the salty crab first video, apathetic fax, salty crab second video, and then Jordy. So there's like a phone call or like multiple
Last night,
voice
Valentine, Amber White's
messages.
Instagram profiles started to circulate after Amber decided to reveal to her entire audience that Valentine's real name is Erica, even though Amber allegedly agreed to not make any videos about her. When her wife Brittany reached out to me via Instagram DMs, I asked Erica to send me a friend request to prove it was really her, and she did just that. Erica and her wife do not wish to remain anonymous, hidden, or blurred. So with all that said, this is how it all went down.
Okay, hello, quick facts. This is Erica. I do want to say how this all started was
Let me slow down because this is different.
me and Brittany were sitting in bed.
I don't think Brittany is a victim, since I've heard that she was partially involved in the whole like initial outreach. But I do think that it is different since Erica said that she had additional feelings beyond whatever trolling they were planning to do. So it's a little bit like, yeah, she is a little bit at a loss in the relationship, let's say, but I don't think she's necessarily a victim. If that makes sense. But I'm still, I haven't watched all of these videos. Even though it said I played this one, I haven't watched it. So I don't know why it's filled out like that. It's kind of like you're definitely losing out on something you could have had, but that's partially your fault. And so it's like, what do you say? What do you say? Like, what do you do with that? Hey, Natasha, what's up? How's your night? Or your day?
And we saw one of Amberlynn's posts talking about masculine women. And
yeah, she's pretty
Brittany
masked.
looked at me and I looked at her and I was like, what if I messaged her? Right? So our first message was, I was
Yeah, I believe she's an addiction specialist. So like that's like kind of a therapist, I guess. I guess it depends on what, if she has a degree and like whatever, if she can prescribe or whatever. I don't know. What can she actually offer to patients is my question. And then from there, I would judge the level of critique that I would give. Like, but if I don't know that, it's hard to say.
like, I think I said like masculine women question mark or something.
Alrighty. I'll probably be on for a while. There's a lot to watch and catch up on. But I'll catch you later, Serial. Yeah, they planned it together. And then somebody caught feelings. It's gross and kind of embarrassing.
Something like that. And she messaged me back and we were messaging for a while, back and forth, just like talking. And then, of course, it started becoming a problem between Brittany and I, because I was like, apparently, I guess her true colors were showing, whatever. She did ask if I was with anyone, and so I had talked to Brittany, and I was like, what should I tell her? And Brittany was like, tell her that, like, we're still technically married, but that, you know, we aren't like technically together, but we're like by law still married.
Also,
So I gave her that story.
Erica sounds like Beck. Her voice is exactly the same, but then she looks like Destiny. It's so fucking weird. It's the best of both worlds for Amber because the voice of Beck soothed her through cancer, whereas Destiny is her favorite person. So she wins. She wins. Except she loses.
And rode with it for a while, and of course I do deserve this backlash that I'm getting because I trolled her for a while, and just kind of like get like a kick out of it, you know, whatever. It's Amberlynn Reid. I wasn't a big fan of her for a very long time.
Hey, Christine.
And she does know. I openly told her, Amberlynn, that, you know, I used to watch her and I disliked her extremely at one point. And of course she wasn't too fond of that. So the conversation continued, and then it got, you know, kind of out of hand. And so also I'd like to point out that while I was talking to Amberlynn, she was talking to a girl named Danielle that was also married. I don't know,
I wonder,
like, the full details.
is that the same Danielle from the Crystal era? Nobody answered that, and I think it is. Like, because she's known this person for a long time, long enough that they could have gotten married. So I think that that is the same person, unless like she just keeps running into Danielle's, and I don't know. It's weird.
Behind that whole situation, I just know that I was kind of like the back burner person of this whole triangle that she had going on. Like, she was talking to another girl named Abby, and then she was telling me about her friend named Alexis, and then she was telling me about Danielle and how she was crazy over her and blah, blah, blah. And then we kind of just like started talking more and more and more.
She even has a speech pattern like Beck. It's very like pausey. Like, she'll talk for a bit and then take a breath, and then she'll talk for a bit and then take a breath. It's funny.
And then, you know, my wife was like, hey,
You'd swear
I don't want
that
you
the
talking
same
to her
person
anymore. So there was a time where we didn't talk, but shortly after did start talking again. I'm not a good person for like doing this.
I haven't seen her live yet.
I know that I'm not. And, you know, whenever me and Amberlynn supposedly like broke. Okay. I'm backtrack. I'm going too far ahead. Just give me a second. So we kept talking. She started becoming real.
Wait, Mariah, like Mariah Carey? Natasha? Mariah Carey did? I kind of need to know. Interesting.
Really possessive. She started, you know, talking about Brittany, how I always choose her first, and that I won't be her girlfriend, and I wouldn't choose her. And so,
yeah, it's a well-executed troll.
So on, I think it was like Valentine's Day or whatever, she was giving me a hard time about it, and it more so felt forced, and that was through text. So if she tries to show those texts, you'll see that was a forced agreement for me and her to be in a relationship. And so I was like, so what would this relationship be? And she was like, just more loyal, more communication, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that, you know, whatever. And that was where it came about. We continued talking, and things got more and more in depth with each other. And I was actually starting to second guess, like, her as a person. You know, maybe the haters are wrong, you know, maybe she isn't a bad person, because the side that I saw
really
of
manipulative.
her wasn't the person that I saw on YouTube. Like, the side she gave of me was different.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like manipulation or if that's masking. I don't know. I'm not very good with psychology, even though I
don't think that's psychology. I think that's literally just, how do you tell if you're in a relationship with a manipulator?
should be
Like,
well-rounded in it. I'm not.
That's not psychology.
Things got out of hand. We said things we shouldn't have said to each other. I never said anything bad about my wife to her. That's one thing that really made her upset. Was like, if anything, like, you know, my wife had switched jobs, and she tried to, like, Amberlynn tried to say, oh, you know, your wife's at home more because they're, you know, she took some time off, and Amberlynn was upset because my wife was home more and I couldn't talk to her much. And she said, oh, well, she quit her job because she's being a baby. And I was like, no, she quit because...
It's ironic for Amber to judge anybody for quitting their job and moving to a new one. Like, she's done it 2 times, maybe. And then the last time she settled on this thing because it was a cash cow. And now she's a lol cow.
Because, you know, like, it was 2 different conversations, but basically was
in the long run.
She's taking a...
At least not for her self-esteem.
You know, a bigger pay raise, you know, and a better opportunity. It's not because she's being a baby. You know, that's not who she is. And it would upset her that I always, like, talked about, like, if my wife came into conversation, I was talking about her in a more positive light. And my wife is not some crazy person that Amberlynn is saying she is. Anyways, I'm getting off subject here. My apologies. So we would talk.
This is pretty defensive too.
Anytime I looked off, like I was looking at my phone, she would always question me.
Hey, the crap artist. How's it going?
She was like wanting me to send screenshots of like my inbox and my text messages and stuff, and like who I'm talking to and things of that nature. Like, she was kind of becoming possessive, and she was questioning me all the time. So, you know, she was like, why don't you leave the house, go to the store or something so you can call me? And I'm like, no, like, my wife has 360. So me and my wife have 360, and we know where each other are at any given time. So, you know, it's not like I'm running around doing crazy stuff.
That is so fucking creepy. That is so fucking creepy. I've never, ever had anyone try to do that with me. Like, put a fucking tracker on my phone. Like, what the actual fuck? It's crazy that you need that in a relationship. It means you don't trust each other even on a basic level. Like, it's, our phones already come with the Find Your iPhone. Then you can share your location with your friends, and you can do the Find My Friends. So, like, there's no need except that you're a psycho and want to stalk whoever it is, and you want to know every second of every day that they have. Like, it's creepy, and it's unnecessary, at least to me. Ended in a new alternator and no mullen seeds. Well, that's
she made the comment
sucks.
saying, I
no seeds and a new alternator. It sounds like a lot of money.
Need you to put me on Life 360. So I was like, no, not gonna do that. A couple weeks go by and she's still pestering me about it, and I agreed to it, and like an idiot. And she was Googling every address I would go to, finding out.
No shit.
Sorry.
I had never heard of it. I'd never heard of it before this. Like, I knew about, like, AT&T has one that they have for parental guidance and stuff. And then the iPhones have it to a basic level, but you have to share it yourself unless you just have it turned on, which you should not have it turned on, just in case. Because, like, literally that's how the Snapchat murders are thought to have happened. Like, people stalking people on Snapchat because the location's on. She does. She sounds exactly like Beck to me. Hey, Grasslofer.
I'm nervous, very nervous, because I'm the piece of crap in this situation. Like, my wife should not be getting any of this backlash. If anybody should get backlash, it should be me. I just don't want, like, yeah, I'm freaking freaked out by the Kiwi Farm people and Reddit and all these haters. Like, hey, I was one of them, and I did something stupid, and I misjudged her, and I was, you know, I don't want to say she casted a spell on me, but she, like, you know, it was almost like manipulation at its finest. And I will say that woman is a professional. There was times where I was like questioning my reality, like, what the fuck is going on? Because
yeah, the way that she speaks is like Beck. It's not just the voice.
Because of the things that I we would talk about. Yeah, that was the gist of our relationship. We FaceTimed, we talked, we sent pictures, whatever. She knew where I was. She asked where I was going. She was always questioning me. She would ask me, when was the last time I kissed my wife? I need to tell her every time I kiss my wife. I need to tell her every time I have sex with my wife. Because she eventually found out that me and my wife were not, like, technically married, that we were married and we did have an active relationship and that we have been together for a long time and that we were, you know, affectionate, you know, everything like that. And she was upset about it, of course, but, you know, she forgave me. And, you know, I was upset for, like, hurting her feelings, of course, because, you know, she cried about it. She was hurt by it. And, you know, people crying upsets me. And so I was like...
Amberlynn cries at the drop of a hat. Like, it doesn't take much. If she dropped her ice cream cone, she would cry. Like, what the fuck? Like, and this lady's weak-willed as fuck.
You know, I'm a big piece of shit. I'm still a big piece of shit for all of this. And if I could take it all back, I would. Okay. I don't know what type of backlash I'm going to get for giving you all this information. I'm hoping that, you know, this gets the people off of my wife's back. If anything, like, you know, cuss me out, call me a piece of shit, blare my picture on Reddit, anywhere you want to do, but I don't want my wife getting backlash for this. Me and her moved past this, actually. June 9th. I'm sitting, you know, this is the time frame where I'm kind of like trying to push Amberlynn away. Like, you know, not really talking to her much. I was trying to like let her down easy and like not being like, okay, we need to end things, because I tried to multiple times. And she would like literally FaceTime me and show her whole face, crying, her makeup. She would send me crazy videos.
Not surprising at all.
Songs and like trying to get my attention.
That's literally what she would do. Like, she would literally cry in your face. And she said, because, okay, the ankle just had a retro react, and I'm pretty sure it's out already. So I'm going to say it. She said that she... Oh, no. Fuck. What am I even talking about? It's not about that. It's, from what Amber said in her last vlog, when she said, when Erica's wife called her, she just cried the whole time. It was in the text message. Like, that's that bullshit. Like, you can't just fucking cry every fucking time you have a fucking problem, because when you do that, you're a little fucking shit. And I don't need to deal with that. That's your own personal problem, and the problem will continue to evolve around you, and it's your fault that you're not dealing with it. I don't have sympathy for that.
Tension, whatever, saying I made her triggered, she has abandonment issues, and, you know, she was begging for me not to end things, and she claims that I was, like, cheating on her, but she was wanting me to give her information about my
Amber, you're the other woman. You can't be cheated on.
sex life with my wife, you know, and of course I didn't tell her every single time. Like, I didn't feel like...
Especially since you were still fucking talking to her after you knew she had a fucking wife. She knew, like, any level of wife is a real wife. That's why when they said, oh, it's not a real wife because it's an open relationship, y'all are fucking stupid as shit. Like, if you take vows so lightly, you don't need to get married.
That was necessary at all. But when she would ask, I'd tell her, you know, yeah. So it was, this whole thing is basically, and it should have never happened. So continuing, I'm trying to push her away. She's messaging me every day and blah, 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 blah. And like, I tried to make things up to like get her to kind of like back off, whatever. She messaged me on the day my uncle died, and my uncle like died, and I had a mental breakdown.
I could not believe that Amber said in her video that she talked about the uncle dying. Like, where does she fucking get off bringing up other people's family members dying? You have never even fucking met Erica in real life. Like, there's something demented about that.
Down in the Taco Bell parking lot, you know, getting food, I'm having a mental breakdown, and I told her, like, hey, I just found out my uncle died, like, I need some time. I needed time. And I told her, like, hey, this is a whole ordeal for me. Like, I'm trying to figure things out with the family, figure things out with this, that, and the third. And then she's wondering, she's more concerned about if I miss us, like me and her. She's like, do you miss us? Do you miss me? You know, are we still together? And I'm like, I don't think that, you know, we should do this anymore. Basically, like, I did give her the whole spiel, like, oh yeah, you know, this isn't right. You know, you don't deserve this. And, you know, no one else deserves this.
What is this, like, pacifism? Like, you don't need to, like, ensure that she's good. You don't know her. Just stop talking to her.
She said, okay, friends it is.
Oh my God.
So I don't know who broke up with who. I basically told her, like, I couldn't, like, do this anymore. And so she's saying that she broke up with me. That's fine. She can say whatever she wants. But I wanted to get my story out to you at least. Yeah, I watch your stuff. You know, whenever.
I mean, that's harder, Natasha. Like, once you have, like, that much time. But it was 1 month of talking to her at first. And then she had a whole year of talking to a married woman. Hey, what's up? Barracuda Ricotta and Cats with Guns. I'm glad you guys are here.
Whenever I used to watch her stuff a lot, I tried to stay off of YouTube since this whole, like, crap has been going on. After that, she would not stop messaging me. Like, from June 9th up until, what was it, June 23rd? 16th. Oh, no, June 16th.
Her wife is there coaching her. Well, that's pretty embarrassing. I think she's just a fucking... Actually, you know fucking what? Erica reminds me of a lesbian I've known in the past. She does. I know exactly. She will do anything that her femme partner asks for, especially if she starts crying. She will... Oh my God. I'm getting triggered now because that person literally is a piece of shit. And it makes so much sense. Oh, it muted.
I told her I'm watching a movie. And this is kind of like where, you know,
one of my cats is a jerk.
And Brittany, like, was like, who are you talking to?
My youngest cat is a jerk to my older cats. She bullies my 2 cats.
And I told her, I said, you know, Amberlynn won't leave me alone, basically. Like, will not leave me alone.
Welcome in, Barracuda.
I was trying to give her every excuse I could to not talk to her anymore. And she wasn't budging. She was like trying to, I don't know when this other person came in the picture that is currently whatever she's with. I don't care. I just know that there is nothing exciting about me, and there's nothing exciting about my wife as far as YouTube is concerned. So please, like, yes, I'm the biggest cheating piece of shit spouse on YouTube right now. You can go ahead and say that. But please, like, leave my wife out of.
Please don't flatter yourself. Like, there's much bigger cheaters on YouTube, and much, like, with more notoriety, and then more fame as well. Like, you're just a regular person, like, who Amber wrapped in for some fucking reason. Oh, actually, it was just to distract from Tommy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. Tommy Salami. Who's interested, apparently, in finding out whether or not Amber was talking to Erica at the same time as her. Because apparently it matters, because maybe they're still together. There would only be one reason to be interested in if they were talking together, or talking to each other at the same time that, what's her name? Tommy was with Amber, because you're still with her and you want to know if you were talking or if you were being cheated on, technically, even though you were waiting for your fucking partner to die, which is weird.
This, like, you know, she did know partially. It was supposed to be a troll. It was supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be this, that, and the third, but I fell for the stupid. I was stupid and I fell for the bullshit. I regret it majorly. Oh, like, as far as, like, flirting, like, basically like saying flirtatious stuff to each other, things like that. Like basically like cheating, like having a emotional cheating relationship. Okay, so I'm gonna backtrack a little bit as far as like how August 1st came about. Like whenever the whole like agreement of the relationship happened, she's like, well, we need to meet, you know? And I was like, well, when? And she's like, pick a date. And I didn't pick the date. She ended up picking the date. It was August 1st, of course. And she was wanting me to move in and things like
So
that.
weird.
And so
You
that
want to move in the first time you meet. It's so weird. Like, I cannot do that. That's fucking weird.
that's how August 1st came about was
Oh, that's great. The craft artist. That's really good. I know a lot of shelters don't like to keep them.
you know, she thought that I was going to leave, and I did. Like, I did lead her on and basically say, yeah, I'll be there August 1st. Sure, I'll be there August 1st. You know, because she asked every
Yep, Christy. She wanted her to move in the first time they met on August 1st. Fucking weird.
single day. Like, it was, if it wasn't every single day, it was every week, multiple times a week. And things got out of hand. You know, if I didn't talk to her for, she was like clocking me too. Like, if I didn't message her back, she would say, where'd you go? What have you been doing the last 6 minutes? And I'm like, 6 minutes? So I started being stern with her. I was like, you're not gonna time me. Like, this is not what we're doing. Like, we had
Well, that's the whole thing, Natasha. She needs us to believe her when she's proud of something. She was proud that she hooked somebody like this because us, from the outside, Erica could be a catch. But once you get to know her, she's definitely not a catch. That's the whole thing. And she's just like Amber in that way, except for Amber ruined her body. And that's the thing that she resents everybody for, that it's everybody else's perception of her that is the problem, because she's happy at the weight she is.
fights, we had arguments and things like that. And, you know, we had arguments about my wife. We had arguments about, you know, my friends.
Hey, Bobby Jane.
And apparently, I made her stop talking to her friends. No. She was always telling me about the things that her friends were saying to her. So Alexis, that's a whole nother story. Abby, that's a whole nother story. Abby is like literally 22 years old and was mean to Amberlynn and said mean things to her. Oh, and also...
Oh, so Amber likes the whole, like, bullying, like, as a form of her being submissive. That's gross.
Apathetic facts. The friends that...
So she both resents us for bullying her, and then loves it secretly. Interesting. Because it's attention. So of course she would love it.
visited her.
Oh, I fucking hate Alexis. Like, she needs to fuck off. She's just a little clone of Amber with a curly do. Like, she can fuck off.
Was not Alexis. It was not Tommy, whoever. It was Eric and Ricky. Eric and Ricky are the two friends that was at her apartment because, you know, I knew. So back on track. Abby was one of the girls she was talking to, and then they became good friends. And she was always telling me the disrespectful shit that Abby would say to her. And I'm like, why are you friends with this person? You know,
Because she's young. And she would, that's where Amber was getting all the TikTok lingo.
Give them the time of day. And then Alexis, she said a bunch of things about Alexis, like personal things about Alexis.
I'm not surprised. Alexis is literally a mini version of Amber with no fame, but she's fame seeking. Exactly like Amber. It's as if Amber was trying to launch her channel from 2013 in 2024. And so it's like so hard for her because it's so saturated already with people like her.
I don't want to share it, but like homegirl thinks.
I don't know about the Eric and Ricky thing. I believe it. They seem like shady queens to me.
Alexis is her best friend in the world. Alexis thinks Amberlynn is her bestest friend in the world. Well, guess what? Like, Amberlynn talks shit about Alexis to me, saying she gives me the ick, and the things she says to me.
I'm not surprised. Honestly, Amber will say anything about somebody else to seem like she's in with whatever group she's with. It's just, yeah, it's just how she is.
Blah, 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 blah. So I didn't make her stop talking to anybody. Amber made that decision on her own. And she even said on her, she even told me, like, she becomes, like, obsessed with people that she's with, and she tends to cut out her friends. I didn't make her stop talking to anybody. So,
yeah, I mean, that's true, Natasha. People seek out certain things, and then if they're able to meet you, that's when it's a good relationship. But Amber draws in people like her who are vacuums. And so they're two vacuums with no substance.
this 18-minute phone call that you're going to be getting, it's 18 minutes and 32 seconds long of a discussion between Amberlynn.
At least lately. Before, she was targeting people who were the substance. And now she's just so clueless and desperate that she just attracts anyone.
And my wife on speakerphone, she was trying to tell my wife that
Oh my God, Christy. When Amber held up the phone during her live stream yesterday and was talking to Alexis, I just wanted to fucking throw the phone. What the? Like, I was sitting there and I was just like, why? Why does she do this type of shit? This is like Mean Girls, except low tech, because she didn't even have her on the stream.
I'm crazy, and that, you know, she was wearing rose-tinted glasses, which, you know, that was a whole ordeal. You know, both of us were. It was a fucked up situation, and it was an emotional cheating relationship, and it should have never fucking happened. I went with it, and it was stupid, and I regret it, and I wish I never did it. And, of course, I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to sit here and...
Girl, shut the fuck up. You sound just like Amber. You're not perfect, but at least you're not the worst person in the world.
Be trolled about something that isn't true.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm telling my story, and I'm being honest now, so that things don't get turned around more than what they already are. And Amberlynn is a fucking liar. I will confirm that. She's lied. I don't know how long this Tommy person was in her life. I don't really care, honestly. But I wanted to get my side out to you. That was the gist of it. You know, it was an emotional relationship that should have never happened. She tried to get me to move in. I acted like it was going to fucking happen instead of me. I was being a and basically giving her false hope. And I should have fucking womaned up and been like, no, like, it's not going to happen. I'm staying with my fucking wife. Like, why would I give up what I have here and come living in a one-bedroom apartment with you whenever...
God damn. If only you had that realization like a year earlier.
All I hear in the background is sirens and people hollering in the streets. Like, that's not where my peace is. And it was like I was too deep to get out, that I had to get my own wife to help me. Like, that's where it got to with her.
No, that's just pathetic.
Also, I'd like to add that the day after the first conversation between my wife and Amberlynn, like, as far as, like, you know, you need to leave Erica alone.
I don't know what this background sound is in her audio. Like, it's like mechanical. Is she in an auto shop or something? Is that her job? Is she like a mechanic? God damn.
Blocked her on everything. Deleted her number. My stupid ass even, like, deleted the phone number and everything like that. And so she messaged me on a fake number the next day because she thought that my wife took my phone. That's the story my wife gave her, but I was really sitting right there during the whole phone call.
That makes me think that that makes me think that Amber messaged herself some of those messages, and then, like, at the time maybe they were part of conversations, but then she, like, wrote it down to make sure that it was there.
Apparently.
Because, like, or she, like, texted somebody so much that they just kind of, like, spam texted her back and then didn't expect somebody to actually refer back to that text message. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, she told Amberlynn, yeah, I took her phone, we were at the pool, but we weren't. We were in the bedroom trying to watch a movie. So, she messaged me the next day and said, hey, it's Amberlynn. You know, your wife called me. I didn't know what else to say. She cornered me. I told her everything, and that she wanted me to unblock her number and call her and then reblock it, basically. Like, you know, like pretty much, hey, block my number, but unblock it whenever we can talk. So that's what, you know, I didn't respond to that. I should have screenshot it and sent it to Brittany, but I just wanted it to be over with. I didn't think that things would get blown out.
That's great, the crap artist. That's great that you found somebody like that who's supportive and gives you the amount of distance that you could need.
Out of proportion like this, like especially like with my wife, like she is not the one to blame here, because she didn't know about the like 95% of the situation. Like she knew like for, you know, the first little bit of it, because we were trolling her, honest to God, trolling her. And I was like, you know, I wasn't trying to get money from her. I never asked her for money. So that she said about with money, or if she said anything about money, I never asked her for money. Didn't talk to her about money, didn't care to. It was just,
You didn't ask her how much she makes so that when you move in, you know how much you can spend? Oh, so I guess she was talking about somebody else when she made that snide comment.
It would have been something, it was stupid. It was a huge mistake. It was dumb. If I could take it back, I would. It's people are definitely like blowing things way out of proportion. I just don't want my wife getting
That's usually what cheaters
this,
say too.
In a negative manner, because she didn't know, and there is more to Amberlynn than people know. Of course, she does like use her BPD as a crutch. She says, you know, every time she got upset with me, or if I didn't respond in a timely manner, she would like basically say I'm triggering her BPD and things like that. So I basically felt like majority of the time, like not necessarily a gun to my head, but making me feel sorry for her. And, you know, at one point I was like, oh, you know, maybe she really isn't a bad person and people just make her out to be, even though I should have damn well knew because of, you know, her past. But I mean, everyone makes dumbass decisions. As you can see, I made one. This was fucking stupid. Honestly, like I said earlier, when I say Amberlynn is a pro with her words and how she breaks things
Cheating
down,
on somebody,
how she gets in people.
cheating or like having feelings and like also romantically trolling people is not like, that's not like an excusable thing like that. It's kind of weird. It means that you're bored in your life and you guys are really just like a bored couple, and maybe you should think about like seeking other kind of interesting things, like find a hobby, maybe give up weightlifting every day, maybe go hiking. I don't know. I mean, it's just so stupid. Oh yeah, a car. It did sound like she was like driving. Good job. Now that I couldn't understand, it was like mechanical, but then it turned more into road noise. But then, yeah, you're smart, smarter than me in the moment, for sure. She wants both. She wants to troll and she wants to fall in love. Yeah, basically. Do I think they made this all up? Like, as in the whole like fake persona to seduce Amber? If that, in that way, I mean, maybe, partially. Maybe. Maybe she was. Except, like, I can't imagine being psychologically, emotionally bonded to Amber because she has no outward emotions other than reflective. Like, it's not genuine affection or even like genuine interest, except if there's a motivation behind it. And that's so weird to me. Like, you can live intentionally and you should live mindfully, but like, not to the point that you're literally planning out other people's lives for them by manipulating situations.
Heads. I dealt with criminals for close to 10 years. I worked in a maximum custody prison, and I dealt with inmates, and
she likes the power. No one, yeah, she's bored. She likes power, and she has nothing going on apparently like that right now. And the power was the manipulation. It's what Amber gets out of it too.
was not manipulated by not a damn one of them. You know, as far as doing anything I should.
Absolutely, Barracuda. She is 15 years old mentally, and it's weird to watch as somebody who's 4 months younger than her. Like, it's very weird.
Done. She has a way with manipulating people, and I've never in my life been manipulated like this before, ever. And yeah, I have no excuse. Again, like, I'm gonna keep saying, like, this was a bad decision. I'm stupid. Make a meme out of me if you want to. I don't care.
You made a meme out of yourself.
Leave my wife out of it is all I'm asking.
And this is me, Brittany, aka the crazy ex-wife. So,
Jesus Christ. You can tell she likes attention.
I had noticed that Erica basically had her phone glued to her forehead for months. And,
500-pound hottie.
She does a lot of Olympic weightlifting. And I thought, okay, well, she's editing. She spends a lot of time in the gym. Never really thought much about it until, she mentioned that we were watching a movie. And I looked over and I seen, like, paragraphs upon paragraphs. And she switched her phone off real fast. And I was like, no, who are you talking to? And then, it came out that she was still talking to Amber.
It's like a reverse MySpace angle. Like, instead of from above, it's from below.
I thought that had ended months ago. And yeah, we together.
Maybe she's trying to make it look like she has hips. Because, like, she's filming from below up. So her lower half will look bigger than her upper half.
Together initiated a troll. And that's what we were doing, just to see if we could get some kind of reaction back, some kind of message. And that's as far as it was supposed to go. I have since read
Natasha.
through everything that was on Erica's phone, and I am, I'm a therapist. That's what I do. And when I tell you that this is one of...
So she is a therapist in her own words. Therapists are people too. Therapists have bones, as Jordy would say. But at the same time, like, you should have some level of, like, seriousness that it might come back to haunt you in your professional life, especially if you try to seek any kind of residency in a hospital or some kind of clinic. Like, I don't know.
The most dangerously manipulative people that I have ever met. Amberlynn is one of the most dangerously manipulative people I have ever met. It's true. What everybody says is true. And, I fell victim to this. It was not supposed to go as far as it did. So the day I found out, I had called Amber, and I'm like, so how long has this been going on? I didn't tell her who I was. Obviously, I was calling from Erica's phone. She just spilled it. She was crying. I'm like, that with all of this stuff that I have, all these texts, all these pictures.
Yeah, she reacts like a child.
This would be a circus for you. Like, I could, really make things really difficult.
Hello. Welcome to the circus.
For you if I wanted to. But I didn't. I didn't try to get any kind of retribution. I was not vengeful. I did not say anything out of the way to her. I was just like, please, look,
Lows.
this is it. Stop contacting my wife, this is it. Just be done.
Lowe's
Don't message
grocery
her
or
anymore.
Lowe's
So then
hardware?
she started messaging her, and I didn't know that until recently, after Erica had already blocked her number, blocked her everything. Apparently, she was still trying to have a relationship with Erica after all of that. You know, block me and then unblock me. Like, who wants to stay with someone like that? Like, how desperate
This bitch talks
do you
way
have
too slow.
to be trying to chase after a married woman? Me and Erica have been married for
Goddamn.
9 years.
Drink a
9
caffeine
years. And we're
or,
both normal people.
drink a
We're not
coffee
feeders,
or
we're not crazy.
something with
we are
caffeine.
just both normal people. So when
You can drink a Diet Coke like Amber.
I found out that Amberlynn had been trying to contact Erica, I called her, and it was on the 4th of July. And I'm like, what else do I not know? Like, you know, I specifically told you, do not contact. No means no. You know, in the first conversation, she's like, oh, as, you know, as much as, you know, it's, you know, crazy to say, I still want to remain friends with her. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's fucking
like,
insane,
are you serious?
Amber.
You want to remain friends with my wife who you just had an affair with, and you're literally telling me this to my face? Like, what kind of person does that? You know, I really
Amber.
appreciate the fact that she calls me the crazy ex-wife.
Literally
That's
Amber.
great. She knew I was never really an ex. I still live
Both fuck me. God damn it. Amber has been the crazy
in the
one.
house. She knew about our relationship the whole time, as you'll see when you hear the phone call. I really just don't
Red
appreciate
40.
being victimized over and over and over and over. Really makes you step back and think about people's mental health and how destructive people are being. And I even coached her. I'm like, you know, Amber, you really need to stop talking to people on the internet that you don't know, because you don't know these people. And lo and behold, she was talking to AKA Tommy the entire time she was talking to Erica. 16 hours after I caught the whole thing, Tommy was already with a... Lo and behold, she was talking to AKA Tommy the entire time she was talking to Erica. 16 hours after I caught the whole thing, Tommy was already with a plane ticket ready to haul ass to Oklahoma. So she was
Sounds
having
like
multiple
Amber
different
is a harlot, a hussy, and a homewrecker.
relationships with multiple different people. I kind of see as Tommy also...
Since she just said she was talking to Tommy the whole time she was talking to her wife. The whole time. So, a year. The whole time.
A victim. Tommy probably has no idea that Erica was even a thing the entire time they were talking. Oh, and by the way, let me add, I did not harass Amberlynn.
Yep,
The first
Christy.
phone call, she called me.
Yep.
Well, she thought she was calling Erica, but she was really calling me. And then the only time I even had contact with her was on July 4th. And that is all she has heard from me. And that was from me.
On July 4th? Oh my gosh. No way. On July 4th. That's the day that Amberlynn got it called off with Valentine, right? Fully? I believe so. And then, because she got dumped on, or it was like right around then. Because I know she was dumped by Feline on the 4th. That's why we celebrated.
Me telling her to leave my wife alone. That's when the whole Tommy thing took place. And I was like, okay, good. This shit is over.
Yeah, when
And
she was on the
apparently
bridge.
not.
Yeah. She posted it on the 6th or the 7th? The 6th or the 7th. You got a bunch. Only for one cat. Only once is outside.
So, I guess since she can't get to Erica, she's just gonna... This is her way of trying to get retribution on that whole situation. I haven't watched any of the videos. This was from an anonymous source.
I know, right? Now she sounds like she's talking normally, the crap artist. Like, before she was so slow. I was like, am I fucking having a brain fart right now?
That was kind of the whistleblower on this whole situation, because I had no idea that any of this was going on. All I know is I got contacted today by one of the whistleblowers. And then lo and behold,
She's the
there I am
slow-talking lady.
everywhere on everything.
Ooh,
just out here trying to
we'll
live a
create
normal
circus
life.
names for everybody.
Unlike some people who are...
Erica's the strong woman. And then Erica's wife, Brittany, is the woman who talks slow.
Sitting on their couch and crazy. I mean, that's about it. So I would say, to sum it all up, Amberlynn had an imaginary relationship.
And Amberlynn is the largest woman recorded on her own channel.
With a person that she absolutely did not know, and now she's just using that to make money. and how she has subscribers sitting there. I don't understand people.
So as you can see here, Brittany claims that Amber allegedly cost her $2,400. I'm not sure how or why, but if that's a
Let me slow it down.
question you want answered, they should be going live at some point. Here's their channel. Brittany says, I have a recorded phone call with Amber debunking her
I need to
lies
see the
about not
channel
knowing
name.
anything.
This is her way of trying to, from no idea that any of this was going on. All I know is I got contacted today by one of the whistleblowers. And then lo and behold,
One of the
there I am
whistleblowers.
everywhere
Lol.
on
He
everything.
makes it sound like
just
some
out
kind
here
of
trying to live a normal life.
corporate scandal.
Unlike some people who are sitting on their couch and crazy. I mean, that's about it. So I would say, to sum it all up, Amberlynn had an imaginary relationship with a person that she absolutely did not know. And now she's just using that to make money. And how she has subscribers sitting there.
Oh my God.
I don't understand people.
So as you can see here, Brittany claims that Amber allegedly cost her $2,400. I'm not sure how or why, but if that's a question you want answered, they should be going live at some point. Here's their channel.
Okay, clever teacup. I'll have to remember that.
Brittany says, I have a recorded phone call with Amber debunking her lies about not knowing anything about me. Also, apparently during this phone call, Amber agrees not to make any videos about Erica.
We all know that she was going to break that.
A cookie?
Amberlynn will use any information that she can about any of her past partners or prospective partners even. I'm sure she will use, like, if anybody that was talking to her even cursorily and then cut it off themselves, and then they came back to make videos, if there was any real information they gave her, she would totally use that against them. Absolutely. 100%.
Hello?
So who reached out to who?
Huh?
So who reached out to who?
What do you mean?
Did you reach out to Erica or did she reach out to you?
Yeah, she tries to play dumb. She's like, huh? What do you mean? Sure, Amber. You already know who that is.
When?
What do you mean when?
Like for the very first time?
The last time you spoke to her.
The last time I messaged her was just letting her know that, like, you called and then
What?
pretty much just like the final goodbye type thing.
Why would you reach out to her again?
Yeah, why would you reach out after you got a call from her wife? Like, what sense does that make? Unless that you were just trying to confirm why, but you already knew that they were in a real quote-unquote relationship, not a open relationship like you said, and how you characterized the whole thing.
It was just like the final goodbye. I just felt like
there's no final goodbye. Like, what does that even mean?
Exactly. I mean, that's that shit that she uses to try to get her partners to sleep in the same bed as her. And the only one she didn't want it from was Feline.
I felt like I needed to, but we don't talk anymore. We haven't talked since the phone call, so.
So even after I told you not to contact her again, you still did. Why?
Because it was like I wanted closure, and then not only that, but like she contacted me, I would say, I don't know, less than a week ago, like upset about some TikTok I posted, and I never responded.
So you mean to tell me
Wow.
you're not
How convenient.
posting anything about her online?
No one knows her name, nothing about her. Nope, that is something that I told her
Nobody knows her name yet until I get upset.
I would never do.
I'm just
Yeah, I hear her whispering, Natasha.
I don't understand. Like no means no.
Huh?
No means no. Like no means
Yeah,
no.
and that's exactly what the person that I knew would do. They would always rely on their other partner to be the strong, outgoing one, even though they were the outwardly masked one. It was so fucking weird. They want to be babied.
That's correct. That is why I do not speak to her any longer.
Like, it's like chasing that man baby at, like, aesthetic, basically.
I just don't understand. Like, you have an entire relationship with somebody you don't know, that you know is married, like, what do you think is gonna come out of that? Like, that's the part I don't understand. To keep reaching out, like, I don't get it.
I didn't keep reaching out. I reached out the one time as a way of, like, a weird closure thing, because she did become, like, a really good friend of mine.
Oh, they'd probably be scared of crap artist. They'd probably run away because they would be afraid. Like, just the... Usually, like, any cat is afraid of, like, big things because they're predators and they're afraid of being injured, because if they're injured, they can't hunt. Like, that's across most cat species.
As well, on top of everything else. I was losing that, and that kind of, like, was rough.
So what did you say to her for your closure that you needed? I'm really curious.
Oh, definitely. They kept setting her up. But then, like, the fact that any real feelings were involved is the problem as well. Like, it's just not something that should have happened in the first place, and then they let it get out of hand because they were having too much fun, because they were bored in their lives. It's so fucking embarrassing for everyone involved.
Well, I haven't gotten, like, a full closure thing. I kind of just realized it's not going to happen. But...
Like, how long did it take you to realize that it's not going to happen?
The Amber... No, gosh. I can't say that.
Actually, I'm being honest. Yeah.
The part that's got me up is that, A, you knew about me. B...
The closure thing is just an excuse. It's just an excuse to reach out. She doesn't actually need that, and she's not actually seeking it. If it were a physical relationship, I think that's what she does with sleeping in the same bed. But I don't think that she had that true feeling for her. She was trying to reach out and convince her, oh no, you don't really need to leave me. I can change. I'll change enough to make you stay. But then, like, it didn't work because she's already in a fucking marriage that she was not committed to, so she's not going to commit to you.
Hey, you were looking me up on Instagram. That shit is fucking creepy.
Right. I thought that you guys were married for financial reasons, so...
Yeah, this is pretty boring, but then I think if it was rehearsed, that, Erica wouldn't be she wouldn't be whispering to Brittany like little things under her breath. I think Brittany would have been... She seems slow in talking, but, like, I think she could have been well prepared to speak if she had, like, rehearsed.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. That is what she originally said, yes. And that you guys weren't in love anymore, and you guys... I mean, it's like... I don't really know.
So, I kind of skimmed through
I know.
the
I don't hear any crying at all. Like, Amber sobs. And she said she was, like, literally crying so much that I think apparently this is a second call between them, because the first one she said, she referenced at the beginning of this one, she said, I told Erica that you had called me. So I think that that's why she's not crying now. But, like, at the same time, that's kind of weird that she's so stoic for her. Usually she either is super animated or she's, like, crying when she's trying to victimize herself. And in this situation, she still sees herself as a victim.
Yeah, I understand that. I would have done the same thing.
Like, do you know how demented it is to tell somebody that's married not to have sex with their spouse? Like, do you know how crazy that sounds?
Like I said, I thought you guys were just married for financial reasons.
You really
That doesn't
need
make
help.
any sense.
Like, you really need help.
Like,
Probably.
who gets, like, I know people have that as a part of why they get married, but it's not the whole thing for most people. Like, it would be really fucking weird to find somebody like that. And then to be like, oh, out of the necessity, especially for lesbians, because, like, one of the things about being lesbians is, like, they're technically a lot of times their earning power is lower than a heterosexual couple or a same-sex male couple. And so like you wouldn't necessarily find that, like, at least from like what I understand, which I could be wrong, but like a marriage of convenience makes little sense when they're not seemingly getting anything out of it, to the point that they have to like fuck around with Amberlynn. Jesus Christ.
So
Stop whispering, Erica. You're a fucking creep.
I expect not to see.
Like,
any more
honestly, it's
videos.
creepy whispering in my ear.
Correct.
No more nothing.
Oh my
Not
god.
word, not
It's like,
peep.
is that what she does during sex or phone sex? She just, hi, I'm whispering in your ear. Like, what the fuck?
And
It's so
absolutely
weird.
respect that.
I thought you respected that the other day when I told you do not call, do not reach out.
Exactly, Barracuda. That's been my experience
I did that
with
one
lesbians.
time, and I want you to know, like, I had, like, there was an open line of communication that I did not take.
YouTube.
Because I was respecting you, and I was respecting myself and the people in my life.
Double life.
So that's why I literally did not reply to her message.
Duh.
Like, I don't know what she's telling you versus me.
Erica just confirmed that they were still watching Amberlynn's channel, like, even after breaking up. So that's really weird. That's exactly why they found her.
is obviously a known cheater and liar. I finally have
Amber,
my rose
you're a
tinted
known
glasses
cheater and
completely
liar.
off. Like, she's crazy and she knows it, and I'm sure you do too. I got roped
You cheated on Casey, you cheated on Crystal, you cheated on Beck.
into shit. Like, I just want the best for the both of you, and I hope that you guys find that with each other. Like, I don't really know what else to do or say anymore at this point. Like, I apologize. I was very sorry. I don't really know what else to do from this point forward.
Me too, Barracuda. Me too.
A known cheater and liar. Did she tell you about that?
Yes, she did.
All right.
But yet I was supposed to be different. You know how it goes. So I mean, I have answered.
Yeah, she's trying appeasement to become friends, like on the same side as Brittany, but you're not on the same side, Amber. You're the other woman, regardless of however much she was involved in orchestrating this. You're still the other person who was sending sexual shit to her wife. Like, you engaged with that. That is the whole, like, part that makes you a harlot. Like, is that you engaged with it knowingly.
Your question to the best of my ability.
It's so bad,
Like,
Blue
I feel
Hoodie.
like she played me.
It's so bad.
What?
Yeah, she played you. Hard, like a fiddle.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me.
That's why I said.
Like, she sacrificed a possible future with you. Why? Like, what's the point? Like, you obviously seem like you have your head on your shoulders. Like,
What?
Like, you know, I've
She
seen
seems
this
like she has her
before.
head on her shoulders. Are you fucking kidding? She's immobile.
Like, you know, I know all that.
like what?
Just know that I know everything you said.
So, you know, like the jealousy side of me, obviously, when I'm in a relationship, thinking that she's going to come live with me and that she's in love with me, yeah, of course. I probably did say some things because I was in a delusional state. 100,000% I could have
Jesus
said that.
Christ, Amber. You
Like,
can't
get me
fucking...
a whole
You can't even take a fucking phone call with the fucking wife of the person you're cheating with seriously enough to not say delulu. Really. You couldn't even say delusional. You couldn't even say deluded. You couldn't say any other version of any other word than delulu. Really? You're 33, almost 34?
I'm
God damn.
absolutely over it.
So, if you knew that she was a cheater, why still talk to her?
Because she said, I'm different. You're so different, Amberlynn. You're so different, baby. I love you. And I love the way
Ew.
you make me feel. You actually make me happy. And you're sexy. That's what I believe. Take a step back and look at it from a different angle.
Oh, I'm
like,
100% aware I'm a victim. I'm 100% aware I'm a victim. Like, I know that.
Yeah.
Had you reached out to me and be like, hey, your wife is hitting me up, you know, I probably could have saved you quite a bit of time there.
Would you?
Yeah,
Would you have?
I just, you know, I thought it was for financial stuff, and we were just friends for the longest. I don't know if, like, she was just faking it the whole time because she needed someone.
Amber, wow. Just throwing her fully under the bus as if you didn't participate. Like, you participated, and then you knew, and you participated. Jesus fucking Christ. That's the thing. That's the thing, is that all of these people think that they have no fault at all. And they have no fault, and that everything else is just happening around them and happening to them, as if they don't just play a part in the environment they move through. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? And that's how a lot of people are. That's how a lot of people walk through life. And that's why, like, the world is partially the way it is that people walk through life without regard for others unless there's something in it for them. And that's not a way for anybody to be successful, because you're always going to be having somebody where their negative, like, whatever is holding them back ultimately will consume them, and it literally drives all of us down. Like, I don't get it.
I don't really know. I don't understand.
This is going to be another YouTube video for her. Thank you.
For a lot of us.
I don't either, because I'm pretty successful. I'm pretty smart. I'm not bad looking.
Oh.
Like,
Jesus Christ. Now we're getting to a pissing contest about our professional lives? Really? Really? I wouldn't do that with Amber, because you know that you already have more real-world professional accolades, most likely. Like, if you have one, you have more than her.
Erica definitely did say about you, you're very smart, all of that good stuff, so I believe it.
Natasha is funny as hell.
Why should go looking somewhere else, don't it?
I mean, yeah, it just, I mean, honestly, some people just can't stay with one person. I don't know why. Like, I am beyond
Exactly, cats with guns. All of these people have so much time on their hands, and I'm like, how do you not have to work? How do you not have to, like, work for a living, that you can just spend this time doing this?
I just don't understand, like, you talk about double lives and shit, but you knew about it the whole time. Wouldn't that be you living a double life as well?
Well, I didn't find out until a long time after her and I were talking that you would actually consider it cheating, because for a long time she told me that you had a whole different relationship you were in, and that you were living there. Like, Erica said a lot of lies. Like, she can go and delete the messages, because I'm not a screenshot taker, but it's all there. I haven't deleted a single thing on my end. And then it was literally just a couple months ago where we had this whole, like, talk where I was like, I'm going to get to ask you whatever question, because I felt in my gut something was wrong. And something was off, something just seemed weird. Like,
her big old gut.
So I said, we're going to have a discussion where you're going to answer every single question that I have, and you're going to answer it honestly.
So that's where the video ends, and that's about all the tea I have for you today. I'm sure I'll see you in the comments section below, or I'll see y'all in the next video.
Facts. That was great. Now, it's time for Salty Crab's second video. Hopefully...
Walk in for all your favorites during Little Caesars summer.
Oh, it is going to start.
Like
Oh, wonderful.
Pizza for
Wonderful.
$7.99. No need to order.
No, thank you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my
Hey,
channel.
Salty.
And can we all just stop and take a deep breath together? Like, the last 24 hours has been absolutely crazy. From me sharing
Definitely
what
the ultimate.
info I had on Erica.
So, Amber was actually part of the inspiration for me starting to lose weight. And it's really starting to pay off. Somebody told me at work that I was there, like, or that I was inspiring them to lose weight themselves, because, like, it's apparently evident now to other people that I've been losing weight. So that's cool.
Got to. Oh lordy, it's Jordan.
But really, I was doing it for myself, because I wanted to get back to, like, my pre-COVID weight. I just never lost the weight.
already doing a live stream with over 6,000 people in it when Erica and her wife called in and did a live interview. And now Apathetic Facts comes out with a video of all kinds of stuff that Erica sent them to tell them her side of the story. Like, it's been a lot. Before we get into anything, I just want to personally say that I want to
Have a good one, Cats with Guns.
retract what I said in my video yesterday about Amberlynn not knowing that Erica was married. Erica herself has come out and said that that is untrue. And not only that, I went back and looked at the messages that I had gotten from the person who gave me the info on Erica, and they too had said Amberlynn knew about this. I don't know how I missed that, but I just want to say I'm really sorry that I did not get
Yeah,
that correct.
sometimes
I
it
totally
happens.
retract what I said. Amberlynn did know that Erica was married, so I just want to apologize for spreading any misinformation. That's totally on me. That's my bad. I totally misread what the person said in their messages. I will say though, everything else that I said in my video about Erica did prove to be right, so the person who was giving me information, like, shout out to them because they were telling the truth. And I also want to
Shout out
apologize
to whoever
for
that was.
calling out the people who were calling Amberlynn a homewrecker. I mean, you can use
Thanks,
that
Natasha.
word if you want
And
because it
thanks,
does
Crystal.
seem like possibly it fits, in my opinion. So apologies for that. But anyway, you guys, we have a video to watch. We are going to watch the video that Apathetic Facts put out today with the voice notes from Erica telling her
Oh,
side of the
then-
story. And from
Sorry, we don't have to watch this then. Sorry, Salty. Go support Salty if you haven't. Salty Crab if you haven't already subscribed. She's awesome and broke all this news to us. Exactly. I just feel better because this is the heaviest that I've ever been, and I'm still technically the heaviest that I've ever been, even though I've lost weight. Because I always like was around 140 to 150, but yeah, getting closer. But I'm not necessarily saying I have to get back there because that was my 20s when I was really athletic, and actually I had to go to do sports and all that shit through school. But yeah, and now I'm over 30 and work in an office most of the time. Hello, Jordy. Now, where did it happen? No. I think.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I mean, I've tried to message the girl, but I haven't heard anything back. I appreciate that, Laya. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York?
And, you know, we keep up with each other.
Oh, this is
And
it.
I mean, I did.
Okay. She's just not messaging me. I mean, this might be the most. This might be the spiciest.
I am
Time and Girl that we've ever
5'10".
seen. Did Destiny reply? Just,
So
refreshing
partially
over the
like
weekend and stuff.
my height and then the fact that I was already athletic helped me to keep weight off even after I stopped working out all the time. But then like it eventually caught up with me. Yeah, I've been a sub to Jordy for like years at this point. Or is however long, for a while. And then yeah, maybe not years, but for a long time. And then I'm a member sometimes.
If this girl messages me. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get her tonight. Unfortunately. Mod Destiny. Has she said anything other than hi? I don't know.
Yeah, I eat a pretty good diet, like, and then I've been vegan and vegetarian off and on for years. and I still eat mostly vegetarian. But I still eat a little bit of meat, just occasionally.
Oh, it's raining out. Marigold. Hey, Marigold. We don't know what she was saying in the DMs.
Jordy, hurry up.
Maybe she just doesn't check Instagram. Oh my god, Colette, you sound like the same thing 10 times.
Yeah, I was watching the beginning of his stream, but then like, because I was just watching
Frog,
to see what he was thinking on it, because as it was happening,
my Twitter is
as it was happening,
Salia.
And then he was gonna get the call, and so I decided I would just react to it. Ooh, it's ringing. Hello? Oh my gosh, that's
Hello?
crazy, Natasha.
Wait, one sec. Hi. Say something again?
No.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can barely hear you.
Oh gosh. I hope that's loud enough. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know what?
God damn it, Jordy, stop yelling.
It might be because I have the live up.
Is that better?
Yeah, I'm so happy too, Christy.
Is that better?
It's actually my phone. I can hear you through like my speaker, but I can't hear you through anything else. Let me see if I can connect you to Bluetooth.
Okay. Yeah, if you have a YouTube video
He
pulled
is.
up, it'll make this lower.
I'll be real. If I have to rank my like major reaction channels, I would put Jordy probably at the top, and then Apathetic Facts and Salty Crab tied for second, and then maybe Karina Kaboom in third.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, his facial expressions are always the funniest things, especially if he takes his glasses off.
Okay, can you hear me?
It sounds like you're kind of far away. It sounds like speaker. Oh yeah, there's a feedback.
I don't know how I'm gonna get this to work.
Help her fix it, Jordy. You're
Yeah,
the
if you're in the car,
professional.
I wouldn't recommend Bluetooth. Speaker might work better.
Why is it so? Why is he whispering? God damn it.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, that works.
Okay, so hi, I'm a reaction channel on YouTube right now. We are live with a few thousand people. Just making you fully aware of that if you don't want to be involved in all this or whatever. But I'm kind of similar to what Zachary Michael does. I know that you've reached out to him in the past, but yeah, there's just all this crazy stuff been going on over the past week about Erica. So you're married to Erica?
I am actually married to Erica.
Okay.
And just a we are having a whole statewide internet data issue. So if I sound kind of like muddled, that is why.
A statewide data issue? Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I had a whistleblower contact me this morning and be like, brace yourself. And it began from there. I've got hundreds.
Is it the same person who contacted Salty Crab?
Me. That's why it took me so long to just find you.
Yeah, I can understand all the messages you've been getting. So, I mean, was this a relationship that they had together online and it was just like over messages that you didn't know about?
So, what had happened was... after the boohoo breakup with wifey, we were, we have been avid watchers, Hater Nation, for years.
Oh.
So I told Erica, we follow everybody, all of them. I told Erica, I said, I wonder if you message her if she would.
That's weird.
Reply.
And then you wanted
She's
to
like, I don't know, let's
romantically
try.
get involved?
So
even to
she
scam.
actually did
That's
respond.
weird.
It took her less than 5 minutes.
Oh.
And I actually have a co-star here.
Wait, took her less than 5 minutes to do what?
After the boohoo breakup with wifey,
Mm-hmm.
we were, we have been avid watchers, Hater Nation, for years.
Oh.
So I told Erica, we follow everybody, all of them. I told Erica, I said, I wonder if you message her if she would reply. She's like, I don't know, let's try. So she actually did respond. It took her less than 5 minutes.
Oh.
And I actually have a co-star here. The famous Erica is with me. If you would feel free to want to ask her any questions.
Oh my god, that's crazy, the crap artist.
Oh, well, hey there. So I will tell you that there has been a screenshot going around that... So I will...
Feel free to want to ask in 5 minutes.
Oh.
And
less than 5 minutes.
We follow
what?
everybody, all of them. I told Erica, I said, I wonder if you message her if she would reply. She's like, I don't know, let's try. So she actually did respond. It took her less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes to respond.
I actually have
pretty
a co-star here. The famous
she literally
Erica
wasn't
is with
doing
me.
anything.
If you would feel free to want to ask her any questions.
Oh, well, hey there. So I will tell you that there has been a screenshot going around that of you saying something in an Amberlynn Facebook group, and it says that you had been a part of the group for about 4 years now.
Oh yeah, I've followed Amber
4 years.
4 or 5 years.
So,
oh my god, that's like twice as long as I've been watching. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Was the reaching out to Amberlynn done to kind of troll? Was it done as a joke?
Yeah, absolutely. That was all it was in the beginning.
In the beginning.
In the very
beginning,
yeah, that is
there
how
was only
the whole
a
thing
joke.
started.
Okay. And then were there feelings getting involved? Was
catching flies and catching feelings. What a live stream.
So there's nobody better to tell you this from the person themselves. So I'm going to put Erica on for you.
Okay.
Oh, so that was Erica's wife.
Do I have to do this all over again?
Probably not in as much detail, just to answer his question.
Okay. Hey, Jordy.
Hey there, how are you?
I'll admit I'm
they're big fans.
Piece of shit right
big
now,
fans.
and I'm admitting that, and everyone that's watching, I do apologize. This got way out of hand. Shouldn't have gotten out of hand, and I made a mistake.
Nah, the tone in her voice says we wanted attention. It's boredom.
If I could take it back, I would. So what happened was, why I messaged her was she posted some TikTok or something talking about masculine or something like, what's your type? And I was like, mask women. And I looked at Brittany, I was like, should I do it? And she's like, yeah, like do it and see if she responds. And I did. And so like, yeah, I played the game for a little while, and then, it started becoming a problem because I guess Amberlynn started becoming attached. As far as asking me questions.
I guess she became attached. I mean,
as far as,
she
like,
wanted
what am
to
I
life
doing?
360 me.
Why didn't I respond within so much
guess.
amount of time, like clocking my response minutes? And
little backstory to this, though, Amberlynn was very much aware.
So when I said I didn't think they didn't prepare for the call, but I think they prepared for going public. They did. They sat down and said, this is what we're going to agree on. This is what how far we're willing to discuss our own intentions and motivations in this situation. And anything else is, if we're asked, we will not answer that. That's basically what I think they came up with. They don't want to have all of the criticism for all of the machinations that they put into motion.
Aware that I was in the picture. Let's get that really clear.
Yeah, I know a lot of lesbians, they fall into that whole dichotomy of butch or baby. Yeah. Same for the gay community. It's twink or hunk. Twink or mask muscular man.
Knew the whole time that I was in the picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you first reached out to her after she had ended things with Wifey in the summer of last year,
Couldn't be me, Christy. I don't have that much free time.
you made it known that you were married reaching out.
Right, Natasha?
Yeah.
Do you not treat anybody?
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are not the married couple she was intertwined with.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I said we were not the only married couple she was tangled with. She was talking to other married couples as well.
Well, have you been seeing everything that's been going on the past week with this Tommy girl?
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is 16 hours after I caught on to this crazy nightmare that was happening, Tommy all of a sudden had a ticket. 16 hours after I found out, and after everything
Sorry, I'm
was
just
severed,
trying to make the volume
Tommy
better.
was on a plane
Because
trip.
it's so low from
So
Jordy's.
the whole time that Erica and her were talking, she was also talking to Tommy and many other people. So, you know, I don't know.
The whole time she was talking to Erica, she was talking to Tommy. So a year.
Why we're getting the pushback and no one else. Yeah, and
Let's
the
hear it
funny
again.
thing about that is 16 hours after I caught on to this crazy
What the hell?
nightmare that was happening.
What just happened? Huh? There we go.
Happening, Tommy all of a sudden had a ticket. 16 hours after I found out, and after everything was severed, Tommy was on a plane trip. So the whole time that Erica and her were talking, she was also talking to Tommy.
Yeah, so the whole time she was talking to Erica. That's pretty long. That's pretty long. And also the fact that like she was on a plane 20 or 16 hours after Amber got broken up with finally. Really? That's fucking crazy. Apparently she doesn't have a job, but Alexis doesn't have a job either because she literally just leaves her coworker on the phone monitoring Amber's stream for if her name comes up like a fucking weirdo because she's so attention hungry. She just needs people to be talking about her, just like Amber. That's why Amber threatens to go away and then does a live stream.
And many other people. So, you know, I don't know why we're getting the pushback
Oh my god, Wendy Williams would tear all of these people new assholes.
and no one else is.
And then like
16
tell them that they
hours
deserved
after
it.
Erica and Amberlynn ended things on Instagram. Emily had bought a plane ticket and had gone and visited.
Exactly.
Yes.
Talk louder, Jordy.
Okay,
Why are
because,
they
I mean,
louder
a lot
than
of people have been saying over the past day and a half that they were the same person, that Erica and Emily were the same person.
So Erica is Valentine. That is Valentine.
Okay.
That's funny.
So,
They need you to know
I mean,
that.
I broke it down.
Just like
I
Amber,
mean,
they need you to know
I
that
didn't think of
she
you
is
at
Valentine.
first. Like the first person I thought of was Apathetic Facts, and we reached out to her, and I sent her probably, what was it, like 30 voice messages.
Kind of just broke it down.
Yeah, broke it down. Like we just got done
Same,
talking
Amanda.
to her.
Same.
But I can like briefly give you everything. So things started getting more involved between me and her, and you know, she kind of used her BPD as a crutch, saying, you know, me not responding to her
didn't
in like a
expect
timely
that?
manner, you know, triggered her, and so it
You've
was on-
literally watched Amberlynn for 5 years, and you didn't expect her to use BPD as an excuse? Well, who are you? Like, and where's your brain? Like, for real. What the hell? You, oh my god. Oh my god. She's a weak-willed person who just does whatever her partner wants because she wants a domineering partner like Amber, even though she likes to be femme and pretty in her own way. Amberlynn is a domineering human being.
almost like
Absolutely domineering.
I was being like forced to you know, react to her.
She claims that she's being forced, but part of her liked it. That's why she continued the relationship.
And to interact with her, and So she was like, "You're always choosing your wife. You're always choosing her." And
Imagine that.
Valentine's
You're always
Day, and
choosing your wife, the person you made a
she's like, "You
commitment
never
to in
choose
front of your whole
me.
family,
I'm always the
like
second
ostensibly.
option." But meanwhile, before all this had happened, she was talking to, I'd say like, I want to say 2 people at the time. It was some girl named Abby and then some other girl named Danielle. And then like
I'm still
Alexis, of
curious
course,
if
like
Danielle
was
is
her
the same
friend,
Danielle.
but
I'm
Amber
really
has said
curious.
things over the phone I can't prove through text about Alexis and her ordeal, but I'll get into that later.
Jordy.
So things just kind of felt
He's so funny.
and I kept interacting. We were in a
Oh yeah, no, Natasha. If it even comes approaching cheating, no, we're done. Because the fact that you had that thought means that, like, and not the thought, but like that there was an initial like intention. It means that it will come up again unless something changes in the relationship. And if you're not willing to address it, it's not going to happen. Like, it's going to reoccur.
an emotional relationship. She was feeding me the shit she
Mhm.
feeds everybody else.
Amanda. Right?
And I fell for it.
How could you?
And I'm not a victim. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not a victim. My wife is a victim of this. I should be the
Exactly,
one getting the
cringe.
backlash for this. I
Jesus Christ. I was thinking this is fucking cringe. Exactly, the crap artist. She liked feeling like she had a control over Amber's emotional state, and then she caught feelings around remorse and trauma. Yep, pretty much sounds right.
made this stupid mistake. I was stupid for it. If I could take it back, I would. So
Exactly, Amanda. Like, the fake crying doesn't work on somebody who's like self-assured in their own emotional state, and that's the exact opposite of what Erica is.
yeah, I entertained, led on Amberlynn. Gave her what she wanted. She asked for screenshots.
She sounds exactly like
my
Beck.
messages of who I talked to in my
Beaten
phone,
down,
and,
even though
my DMs
like she hasn't even
stuff
done
like that
half
on
of the shit of
Instagram.
Beck.
And I sent them to her, and just to like, I kind of just like felt pressured and on eggshells the whole entire time. And yeah, I tried a couple of times to get out of that situation, and she would literally get on FaceTime and give me the tears.
Give me the tears. You kind of felt like you wanted to take some steps back, but it was so overwhelming.
Many times, yes. And so that continued on until June 9th. So on June 9th, my uncle passed away, and I was pretty upset. He died alone in his house and nobody was around, and nobody.
That's really sad.
I couldn't reach my cousin.
That is really
was
sad.
His daughter, and I was freaking out. And I told her, I need some time. So up until about June 16th, I guess whatever day was June 15th, June 16th, I can't remember because I was too worried about what I had going on with my family. She was messaging me every day.
Exactly, crap artist.
Me, oh, do you miss us? Like me and her. Do you
it's
miss
intentionally
me?
seeking out
I was
people
like,
that she knows are emotionally weak.
My uncle just
because they're victimizable.
I was really close to my uncle. I don't have much family. My parents died when I was 15. I'm not trying to give a sob story, but I don't have much family. And she knows I don't have much family.
Yep, chef. That's crazy. Like, to throw out a $400 thing, like, let alone something you claim to be passionate about. Like, what the hell? Where the hell is your, like, that's the thing, is like, she's been, like I said, I think in my last video, she has been handed so much in life that even though she started off disadvantaged, she has no idea what real struggle is. She has no idea. And like, she was in the custody of people all throughout her childhood, so even whatever wrongs were done back then, she was still not at responsible like point in her life. But after that, she still put the burden on everyone around her. Tommy and Alexis deserves each other. Yep. And then she did that to Becky. Yeah. Yeah, she wants to be a cult leader, kind of. And that's kind of what Alexis gives her, especially when you hear the way she talks to her. Like, she doesn't correct when Amber is wrong. That's one of the things I noticed during the live stream. She'll let her, like, especially with like the pronunciation thing, she'll give it one try, and if Amber doesn't get it, she'll just be like, it's okay, we can move on. Like, to make the pressure go away for Amber. And then Amber relaxes about it, and she makes the claim, oh, well, I'll just practice in my downtime. We all know you're not going to do shit. You're just going to sit on your lazy ass watching YouTube, draining your brain. It's absolutely insane.
Family. She knows how family oriented I am, and she would try and clock me on things and ask me where I'm going.
I do think that Erica has done it before.
Yeah,
I think it's part of her
I didn't
pattern.
respond in 6 minutes, and she kind of freaked over that. But
so sorry to interrupt, but there is
Because
somebody saying something about
that lesbian that I mentioned earlier, who I think has a very similar personality to Erica. She was in an abusive relationship with the other partner, who was a femme, who would cry to get her way, and then would continue to abuse. And then to get out of that relationship, they cheated on them with somebody that they were living near. Like, and then use that as a pretext to break up. That's what Erica does too. She would eventually, she'll drive away her wife if it really matters in their relationship. It will drive her away, and this is a serial thing for her, according to her wife. So yeah, that's all I can say.
You using an app, Life 360, is
I was just about to get into that. So,
he's shook.
Whenever
Jordy
that
is
whole
shook.
ordeal came where the relationship was confirmed, I was like, so what would a relationship be if this was confirmed? She said, oh, just more communication and loyalty and being honest with each other. I said, okay,
Amberlynn
that's
is
fine.
technically the only one who's shown a lot of screenshots. And it's kind of crazy that Amberlynn is the one to do that. Like, you would think she would be the last one to do it. No, they're not real friends. They'll talk behind each other's backs if it gets them more clout with whoever they're around. That's exactly who they are.
And then she's like, we should meet up. And she came up with the date August 1st. And then, so I was telling her, like, hey, like, my wife knows where I go and stuff, and it's on 360. And, we keep up with each other. And she wanted me to put her on Life 360. She wanted that. And I'm
Of course she wanted it. It means she's hers. You own her. That's what Amber likes. She said it before, and she likes the possessive mask people. Like, it's a sickness, actually. It's like it's like glorifying that kind of relationship, because it's exactly what people criticize Lana Del Rey for, except like in her music, even though her music is all about fictional characters and personas, not her. Like, it's fucking wild that Amber doesn't get canceled for real for that.
It was probably like a week or two of her talking to me about putting her on Life 360. So I agree.
But Christy, the fact that she doesn't go anywhere means that whatever she occupies her time with is either very interesting or very mundane. So there's always the potential.
To it. I caved in and I agreed to it, and she was Googling every address I was at just to know where I was at, and telling me, she was like, yeah, I Googled where you're at. I didn't know what this place was. And just, it was just a big mess.
And Jordy, I don't know if you know, but we are all the way across the country. We're talking about she's tracking some people she does not even know from all the way across the other side of the country.
That's my thing.
Oh my gosh. I can't get behind the rationale of why she would want to get involved with someone married.
And
that was my question to her.
Let me ask you,
this volume is all over the place.
Amberlynn,
I'm so
she
sorry.
was allegedly at a birthday party or a barbecue or something, and she
they want to keep yelling, and then they don't want to not yell.
That you made her cry. What kind of went on in that conversation?
So me and Amberlynn, you know, I seen a video where she said I was harassing her. So the initial phone call that I had with her, Erica had called her. She didn't answer. So when Amberlynn called back, I answered. And, you know, I asked her, I'm like, what is this?
Oh, the battery laughs.
What are you doing? What is going on? You know she's married. You're telling her not to have relations with her. I mean, like, it was crazy. She was that was the first phone call. I told her,
Exactly, Seattle Souls. I would not stay with somebody still if they were fucking talking to somebody and then I have to find out they're sexting as well. Like, that's not happening. Not again and not continually. Never. Like, you've picked the wrong one if you thought you're going to do that with me.
not contact Erica. Do not make any videos.
Exactly,
I don't want
with
to hear
Amber.
not another peep. Like,
And then Amber in her live streams, I know I'm spoiling some of it, but it's juicy live stream, and I'm gonna have the reaction up for you tomorrow. I'm gonna work on it in the morning. She said, and I'm extremely proud of all of the pictures and all of the content that I sent her. Like, really? You're proud of all that? And that's how I knew that she's never going to lose the weight already. Like, it's in my intro. And then she continually says these things like she's just so satisfied with herself at this weight. And that's why she keeps hovering around 500. And she claimed to be 460. But, like, girl, you look just the same, if not bigger. We know that when you say you're losing, you're gaining. Because if you're not telling us how much you're losing and continuously, it's not real.
Nothing. No more content. So she goes to
crap
I
artist.
think Erica's TikTok.
It would be the end.
It says, "Can you please
The
unblock
end.
me?"
No,
So,
no, that's not what happened.
or something to that effect. And what was it on then?
It was a fake phone.
Phone
Number.
Sorry, she had a dummy phone or a text app, and she said, "Can you just
Amberlynn had a burner phone
or
something
or a text app?"
So yeah, the
Jordy.
next day after that was squashed. You know, Amberlynn asked Brittany if we could still be friends, and Brittany was like, "That's
Absolutely
Why?
not.
no, that's not in the question."
It's so fucked.
because and how this came about, how this phone call happened.
Well, hold on. You know why she wanted to still be friends? Because she wanted to stay on y'all's good side because she didn't want you guys talking.
Yeah, so let's back it up a few days. So after, like, my uncle died, you know, June 14th rolls around. It was supposed to be like our little get together anniversary, whatever. And, you know, I was like, I did say, yeah, you deserve so much better than this. I can't do this. You know, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, in my head, I didn't want to. I had tried to trail off and, like, kind of like, give her space, kind of like not respond to every message she sends me. And I tried to just kind of silently move out of the picture and just let someone else get her attention is what I was trying.
Yeah. Kind of let it fizzle out.
Kind of, yeah.
Every time one of them says, I'm like, no, I don't know. I've never been in the position of cheating on somebody in any of these dynamics ever at all. So no, I don't understand your mentality at that point because you are so far removed from an average relationship of somebody who respects their partner that I don't understand it.
So I was out and I said, I don't think we should do this anymore. And she said, okay, friends it is. So I don't know I don't know who broke up with who. I could care less. But after that day, she continued to message me. And I was in the bedroom with Brittany.
To be fair, crap artist, I don't even think you should pay them because at that point they have any kind of receipts from that as proof. Like, if they do decide to turn, that would be almost worst, like, case scenario, just because then they have actual evidence of payment and stuff. And then people always find financial motivation to be especially despicable, even over other things.
And we were trying to watch a movie and Brittany saw a message pop up on my phone. She said, who is that? And I said, it's Amberlynn.
Oh my God. I don't understand the twin thing. I don't understand it. I've never found twins to be attractive. I can understand being attracted to one. I'm not attracted to two. That's weird.
She will not leave me alone. So that's where that phone call came from. It wasn't Brittany being crazy and, you know, stalking Amberlynn and getting her phone number and flipping out on her. No, it was me having to get my wife involved to get out of this situation.
Yeah, Chef Meme Maker. I am firmly of the opinion that Amber would be in prison like her parents if she was thinner. I do believe it wholeheartedly.
And yeah, I know that sounds stupid, you know, cut her off, block her, whatever, but she messaged me from a fake phone number the next day and said that Brittany cornered her. She had to tell her everything.
Cornered her?
She wanted me
Bitch, you're not even in the fucking same state. You could have hung up on her. You could have just been like, not gonna do this, and then cut off all contact. But you couldn't, Amber.
to unblock her number and call her and then reblock it, and
It
that,
is
you know,
really
love
weird
makes
and
her
selfish.
crazy. That's what she wanted.
Because it's
She
all
wanted
about
me to
like
block.
gratification of you being the center of the attention. It's weird. It's really weird because it's kind of related to like the whole like threesomes, like, but it's very much like, oh, I want two of that. Like it's weird and dehumanizing.
Her and then or unblock her, talk to her, then block her back, and I didn't even respond to it.
Oh, she might be doing hard drugs, but I think she would be in prison for theft or for hurting somebody, like physically. I think that's what Amber would have gone to jail for.
I deleted it, which you know, I shouldn't have deleted that, but
So what you're referring to, that crying phone call, she bawled like a little baby during the first phone call when I told her that I was going to send all the text messages, all the photos, all of that. That's when she started crying.
Oh, that's so cool, Natasha. It's cool to be a twin, I think. I'm not a twin, but I think it is cool. Like, most twins that I've met have a very different connection than siblings. And it's like, you're almost the same person, but like, you still have these like little perks and like, or not perks, but like, just like little quirks about yourselves that are different. And it's like, sometimes it's drastically different and sometimes it's just a little bit different.
Call was on July 4th when I had found out that she had reached out to Erica and would not stop. And I have that entire phone call recorded. So she can't say that didn't happen because it did, and I have receipts.
Oh. Oh my gosh. I mean,
I know. No, I'm the biggest piece of crap right now. I'm, you know, whatever. I'm Destiny.
Yeah, Erica likes this. This is her. I think she has a humiliation fetish. I think that's what Amber was alluding to about them having like weird kinks. I think Erica has a humiliation fetish. That's what this is giving.
Whatever. I've seen some of the comments, and it's just, yeah, I get it, guys. Like, I'm a piece of crap for this. I really am. It was stupid. It was a distraction. It was something to do. I shouldn't have did it.
Amanda, 100% she would be a stalker, because when she was still mobile, she was hanging out with Charlotte and scoping out where Destiny was hanging out. And that's how they found out that she was talking to Dana. So she's done it before.
But, you know,
and she used to do it every day.
I deserve the backlash
she would call Destiny at lunchtime
whenever
and break.
people are like looking up Brittany and stuff, it's kind of getting out of hand. Like, come haze me, you know, make a meme out of me, like, you know, do what you got to do. But whenever, like, I understand that she's gonna get backlash too because she's a part of it. But it should have never happened. And
just real quick, did you buy her? So, like, did Amberlynn ever send you gifts, or did you ever buy her a Lego? Because remember, she said that somebody bought her like a $400 Lego.
She sent me Beats headphones.
What?
Okay.
Those.
But
which
you
ones?
Never bought her a Lego.
So.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did buy the Lego.
She didn't want to admit it at first. He had to press her. Beats headphones. So $250 to $400 maybe.
Lego.
She's made a meme out of she made a meme out of she made a meme out of herself. Goddamn. And I just did too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
So
She
I mean,
needs-
I
she
guess
needs
that,
the credit. She's literally an attention seeker and likes the humiliation. That's 100% what it is.
you know, this is just something that you and Brittany need to work out eventually. But it's like,
Yeah,
I mean,
we're working out. We're trying to drop this, but then all of a sudden, all this crap comes out today, and you know, we were over with it. We were fine. We were dandy, and we're trying to move past it. It was a fuck up. It was a mistake. I was stupid. You know, I don't really talk to anybody on social media anymore, and you know, I go to the gym, and that's about it.
So it was kind of like a game that turned into a distraction, and you kind of got mixed up in it, and you probably put a little bit too much emotion into it, and then she got really involved, and she started to get really attached.
In a psychotic sense, yes. Like I wouldn't say anything bad about my wife to her. Like every time conversation came up about Brittany, it was almost like she would get upset with me because I would never.
Is this the same phone call from Apathetic Facts? Or is this like... Yes, this is a script. If it isn't, like, this is so weird. But because Jordy wasn't in that audio.
Say anything bad. Like, you know, Brittany recently, you know, took a vacation from work and accepted a different position that was better and less stress. And she was at home, so I couldn't, you know, I told Amberlynn, hey, we can't talk. She's here, you know, whatever. And that was one of my ways of trying to like kind of push her away. Didn't work out that well. And she's like, well, she's being a baby.
That makes sense, Natasha, because a lot of people don't even ever encounter twins. And so like, it's kind of like a marvel if they do, but like sometimes like twins are pretty common, depending on the area. Like there are some places where twins are more common, just because of the population, and then also because of like, I forget, there was like one place that twins just like keep happening, like without even having a genetic predisposition for twins. Yeah, it's almost verbatim.
And I'm like,
it's like
she was saying that your wife would.
It's honestly like they just prepared that whole bit for release to every reaction channel they were going to talk to. That's what it seems like.
Being a baby.
Yeah, because she took a different job that was better and less stressful, but she's like, oh yeah, because she quit her job because she's a baby. And I was like, no, it was for more money. And then, you know, I
like
did
she couldn't handle the workload.
Yeah,
no,
because it's so similar.
Well,
Amberlynn was trying to make it out like I'm this bad person because I quit my job to be at home, when the fact was I actually put in my notice with my last job to start a new job that was a lot better and a lot closer to home. But, you know, to her, I was a baby. So if you can imagine, like, like a lot of this stuff is really new that I'm just finding out about. Like when I found out that Amberlynn had my address and was sending stuff to my house.
You knew she had Life 360 though, so you knew she had her address. Like, what are you talking about?
And knew every coordinate that I was going to. Like,
if she had it on Erica's phone, she already had it for most of the places that you go. That's the whole thing. Like, you're in a relationship. You go to a lot of the same places, even if you otherwise wouldn't.
It blew my mind because, like, that's like
kind
my
of, it
life.
seems like,
and
Natasha.
I even told her in that
it's
phone
so
call,
artificial.
like, you know, it's really creepy to have you looking me up on Instagram and following my every move, and I don't even know you or that you're doing it.
So, question for Erica. So, like, what was your kind of involvement with Alexis? And, like, who is that? Is that Amberlynn's friend?
Oh, gosh. Okay, so apparently in
everybody's
Amberlynn's
bestie,
eyes,
Alexis.
I made Amberlynn stop talking to her friends, so-called Abby, so-called Alexis, which I didn't. Amberlynn kind of said that, was always saying like Abby was rude to her, said mean things to her, and I was like, well, why do you talk to her? You know?
Yeah, I've met quite a few twins. Your mom's sweet bod. I love your name. I've had I've been friends with at least 3 pairs of twins, and then I've known more than that. But I've lived in different places across my life, so like that maybe that's part of why. It's just like a higher chance of encountering them.
Why even let people talk to you like that? You know, was saying like horrible things that she like broke down the things that Abby was saying to her, and then, you know, she was just like, oh, Alexis is calling me, I don't feel like talking to her, you know, she's kind of like giving me the ick. Apparently Alexis said some weird stuff to her like throughout this whole,
I don't know, maybe it's kind of like an app that runs in the background as soon as you start up your phone. I don't know.
whole thing. And but apparently Alexis is just like the best thing ever. And
Yep, they should, Amanda. They should definitely say that, because I'm sure it's going to be something like personal as hell.
Alexis, I never talked to Alexis, but like Alexis, I guess, knows like the gist of me and Amberlynn.
Okay, so she was kind of jealous of y'all's relationship in like a weird way.
I think so, yeah. And I will say that,
Which is interesting because the text messages were like reversed. She was claiming that Erica was taking all her time, and so, I mean, that is what she's saying. But like, then Erica's saying that Alexis was jealous. Like, what? Which one is it? Like, who was jealous of Amber's time being spent? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's just Amber's spin in the universe, and it's just making no sense because everybody else has a different perspective because she told them something different.
you know, those friends that visited Amber and Lynn was not.
No, I think Alexis will take a lot of shit talking from Amber. I think she will. It's because she needs the attention too. Like, just like Amber and just like Erica, and even whatever her wife's name is, they're all attention seekers to some extent.
Alexis and whoever, it was Eric and Ricky. So just
yeah, when she had people fly out.
Yeah, I don't share my location with anyone.
Yeah, that was not who people
Not
assume it
actively, at
to
least.
be. So those
when you say Abby, is that Alexis?
No,
that's a different person.
That is a 22-year-old little girl.
100%, Amanda.
Little girl.
Yeah, I'm 34. So
Absolutely a clout chaser.
Age-wise. Okay, I thought you meant,
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, she's small, dude. She's very small framed. Like, I'm probably twice her size. Like, you know, bone structure wise.
What?
Okay. Well, Alexis has actually just come into my stream just now. And,
Alexis came into a stream. Oh my god, ultimate clout
I would like
chaser.
to hear what Alexis has to say.
So Alexis is saying that you guys are just spewing a bunch of lies. Erica is a sociopath who has cheated on her wife multiple times, and she's trying to save her marriage by doing this.
No, actually. So, Alexis, I know you're young and everything, but so the difference between having a relationship with somebody, being boyfriend, girlfriend, versus being married for 9 years is you stand on different foundations, right?
You should.
So,
you should have a more solid
when something
foundation.
happens, you're just dating, you can just cut that person off, no big deal. But when you've been married for 9 years, you're kind of on a different foundation. So, working things out.
What the fuck? Stop hitting your microphone. God damn it. It's not Alexis. Stop beating your phone up.
You'll work through it.
Also, another thing for
Oh my
Alexis,
god, and the yelling.
I wouldn't speak so soon because I knew how many people you went through, and I'm not gonna like display your business or call you names.
I know how many people you went through.
You are not the one to talk about relationships. I will say that.
Okay.
Damn.
So I'm not gonna spill out Alexis's business like that, but
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I
Me
know
too.
of
It's because, like,
different things
at a
that I
certain
was
point,
told. So I was whatever.
she's 29. And just remember where Amber was at emotionally, 29. That's the year she was diagnosed with cancer, I believe. Like, what was she doing then? Mukbangs? Guys, I'm gonna eat a whole chicken. Like, I mean, not Alexis. She's like ready to step up and be that girl in 2024.
Was told to Amberlynn. Amberlynn told me.
Yeah, so Alexis, Amberlynn's over there telling all your business, girl.
Jeez. Doesn't sound like you should be telling Amberlynn anything, because when you tell Amberlynn, you're also talking to 10 different other people.
Yeah, and I know she's probably going to have a lot to say about this, and I mean, she can try all she wants to.
That is very on point, Chef. Very on point.
But I admitted my part. Like, yeah, it got in a bad situation. I shouldn't have did what I did. Okay, I'm bad for doing that. But as far as
I'm
lies, I'm
bad
not sure
for
what
doing
lies
that.
I'm saying. I'm sitting here admitting.
Girl, that's how you can tell she doesn't feel any sort of a way about it. I'm bad for doing that. Really? She sounds just as immature as Amber.
Yeah, like Brittany knew, Amberlynn knew it was
Everyone
a bad
knows
decision.
Amber is a
and
backstabber.
I should have never done it.
Like, once you
I'm
expose a
owning up to
backstabber,
this,
you can never
unlike
let that
some
go back
people
into
on
hiding.
YouTube that can't
Like,
own
you
up
have to warn everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, obviously, I think we're all kind of in agreement here, as well as you are, that, you know, the game that eventually turned into something emotional with Amberlynn should have never happened, and, you know, you're atoning for that, and you're kind of owning it and everything. But I mean, you know, this is the kind of responsibility and the kind of character trait that we would never see from Amberlynn. So, you know, we'll give you props for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, like, there was one point, like, I was like second guessing what you guys were saying. Like, yeah, I was part of the Amberverse, and I was part of the haters, and and she knows
Well,
that.
no.
I told her.
So what I'm saying is, like, this is an act. Like, her whole, oh, I'm so embarrassed. It's like, this isn't the embarrassment part. That came when it first, like, started coming out, when her name was said. That was like the ultimate rush. And then from there on, it's just like, okay, I'm getting all of the attention, and now that's like really secretly what I was seeking. Because, like, it's all about the attention from the humiliation. Like, it's one of the more, like, twisted kinks, I believe. Like, that's still relatively common. A lot of people have some form of it, but, like, it's not on the internet. Like, expose me. Like, not like that.
Told her that. I was like, I didn't like you at one point, Amberlynn, and I told her why. And she gave this side to me that made me second guess her as a person.
Because, I
like,
mean, you know what? Amberlynn's always saying, you guys don't know the real me. Get to know the real me. Like, what you see on YouTube and who I'm portrayed, that's not the real me. So, like, maybe it was kind of like she was playing a character.
I will say I'm not sure if who I dealt with was the real
No,
person,
I haven't
or
seen
if
their.
who she was
I haven't
on
been to
YouTube
their
was
channel
the real
yet.
person. That's how bad it was.
I'll go after
Judging
stream.
by how she's
Or I'll
acted,
go at the end of stream.
and she's blatantly told me, you know, I'll respect you
Before I
will
sign
not
off.
have no more contact. Just judging by the aftermath of how she acted, I would lean more towards the whole thing with Erica was the act, not, you know, who we see online. I honestly believe who we see online is probably the real person. Everything, all the rumors, all, you know, everybody pretty much says the same thing at the end of the day after their relationship with her is done. I mean, everybody has the same story. What is everybody lying? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one we haven't really heard from is Crystal.
Right.
But
also, I'd like, oh man,
she was done with her when she quit.
Oh yeah. So this is gonna sound crazy, but as far as her manipulation goes, I worked in a maximum custody prison for
maybe
close
crap
to
artist.
10 years.
That's a good theory.
You know, I dealt with probably the meanest people you could probably ever imagine, and I never once like fell victim to any of their tactics, their tricks, and their bullshit. You know, maybe it's because I knew, hey, you're a criminal.
Maybe
But
it's
with
because
her, it was
you're
like
a manipulator
I've
too.
never been that manipulated before in my life. As far as anything that I had said triggered her BPD. It triggered, you know, her abandonment. She has abandonment issues.
Bro, you knew
She
that
was
was the case
always
before you
every
even got
single
with her.
day needing reassurance.
And I'm using got with her
She was
very
sending
loosely.
me videos to get my attention, and like whenever I would try and end things and take pictures and stuff like that. And
about how long would you say? So I mean, you guys were talking shortly after she broke up with Jade. How long would you say that you guys had like a texting relationship? Like, how long would you say it went on for before you started to realize that there's an issue and you wanted out?
A year.
So we started talking like this. I sent the message September 27th, and I think things got out of hand, at least on Britt's part, around like November. So like Brittany was like, I don't want you talking to her anymore.
So like 2 months, maybe
Yeah.
almost 2 months.
And you know, of course, like I tried, and I got I got backlashed, and I kind of caved in, and was given a show. I guess that's what it is, because you know, she told Brittany on this recorded conversation that she would not give my name out because she like respects, you know, privacy. That's why we're doing this now. Like, we just got done telling apathetic facts, a whole bunch of stuff, and probably stuff you'll find
the
out
exact same shit.
whenever she edits
But like
everything.
literally, you knew this is how Amber was. You knew this was who she is. This is not going to change ever. This is who she is.
Forgetting some things, because I just have completely like, I was just letting it all out. But yeah, I'm the jerk, and I was an idiot, and I'm stupid, and
well, you know, so November.
They don't. Erica doesn't really believe that about herself. She's saying that as part of like the public act, but she enjoyed being exposed. It's so clear.
So if you guys started talking in late September and then, you know, sometime in November, is that when Brittany reached out to Zachary Michael?
Yes.
Yes.
So you were willing, after like a month and a half, to spill everything that you had already known. So really, this could have came out last year.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
And I mean, honestly, the only reason why any of this has been happening over the past day is because, why do you think that she would come on here and say Erica's name? Like, what good do you think?
Because everyone thought Tommy was me, and apparently Tommy killing her girlfriend is
Jesus Christ,
the main talk right now. So I guess in order to expose me, you know, let's make Erica, who has a boring life. You know, I have a mundane job. I have
Erica. That's the whole point. You have a mundane life in the Midwest somewhere, and you're like literally seeking attention because of, or like wherever they live. I don't give a fuck where they live. Wherever you live, you have a boring ass life and you're bored. You need to go get a hobby other than working out, because it's clearly not enough for you.
I go to the gym. I don't have any type of history of killing people or feeding people to death. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not sure if I'm going to get monetized or docked, or, you know, in trouble for saying that. But Tommy has more of a history than I do. But still, let's make Erica a distraction. I'm not about to be a distraction to someone that fed their recent partner to death. And I'm probably being mean about it, but
yeah, you're trying to seem holier than thou.
You know, I mean, so let me ask. So, like, obviously, you're very fitness oriented. You're very interested in weightlifting, that kind of stuff. Did your relationship with Amberlynn, did it ever kind of be like you were her coach? You were trying to get her to lose weight, get her health on track?
Not necessarily, no, but you know, she was like, I did like try to support her in this whole like Ozempic thing.
Okay.
And I guess like shortly after we like parted our ways, Ozempic failed. Not sure how that happened.
How ironic. Her broken heart made it fail.
You know, it was
She
she
just
was
wouldn't
like,
pump the
she would tell
Ozempic
me
through
her
her body.
weight. She's like, I'm trying to get down to this weight before this date, you know, and I'd be like, okay, you know, I'm proud of you for
Yeah,
that.
I know Amber was in the live. She was like trying to get him to go on a call with her and Alexis so they could ambush him.
You know, a good job. But you know, I was trying to like tell her better options of things sometimes. I'm like, you know, maybe you should do this or maybe you should do that. And I don't know if she took my advice or not. But
obviously not.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Do that. And once again, I was stupid for that too, I guess. So
well, I mean, you know, I'm not cutting you too much slack and everything because I mean, obviously, you know that you did wrong, you got involved and everything, but it kind of sounds like this wasn't the best person.
Not Jordy with the live call out.
Or at all.
Yeah, because I mean, they obviously have a lot of emotional issues and attachments. I mean, and I mean, it kind of sounds like you didn't want to be mean. You didn't really want to.
And I wasn't mean. Like I snapped at her a couple times because she was timing my responses. Like, oh, what were you doing for the last 4 minutes? What were you doing the last 30 minutes? What were you doing? And then on FaceTime, I would look at my emails or look at my messages from my friends, and she's like, what are you doing? You know,
yeah,
why are
cheaters
you
are always afraid of being cheated on.
Like that?
It's
I
literally the story that's been written a million times. It's always in like movies and TV shows. The big cheater is always so fucking worried that they're getting cheated on.
Questioned. I couldn't even sit down and eat breakfast and without getting interrogated on what I was doing on my phone, you know. And
well, I mean, you know, Amberlynn doesn't have anything going on. She's not working. She doesn't really have anything to take up her time. So your life became her life.
Yeah, I mean, I was calling her on my way to work.
She was coerced.
You know what? I will say this, Erica. This is exactly what she did with Destiny. Having her call her on the way to work. Yep. Whenever Destiny had like a 30-minute lunch break, she had to go to the car and she had to talk to Destiny, and they had to be on the phone with each other. And I mean, you can't keep that up, obviously, because I mean, you had a wife.
When he gets an idea, his eyes get big.
I like music. I have a broad spectrum of music that I like.
When he's like on that idea,
I like listening
100%.
to music on the way to work.
Yeah.
Who does not like listening to music on the way to work? And
the tea is like, I mean,
unless you really want someone important to talk to,
it's
and I was like, you know, I would like
mostly
to
water.
listen to music on the way to work, and that was an issue. That was an issue. And then on my way home, if I hadn't called her after the time she knew I got off, she would call me, and like, you know, some days after work, some days you just want to drive in silence, and I know there's people on this chat right now that can agree with me. You want to drive in silence on your way home from work some
there
days.
is stuff
and
that
I couldn't
they
even
could
have
release.
that. And I'm not a victim.
I know for a fact Amber would have sent pictures that were not nudes, that were her, that she was proud of. She would have taken them like in the bathroom mirror and shit like that when she goes out to restaurants with her mom. She used to do that with Crystal all the time.
Here again, I'm not a victim, but at the same time, I had pressure put on me that I did not feel comfortable with. So I'm not
definitely,
you know,
sure.
I was a bad person with what I did to my wife, and I'm going to take that to my grave, and I'm going to get my karma for it. It's going to come back tenfold. Not sure what's going to happen to me. I guess I'll know whenever it happens. But I'm not going to sit here and try and play victim and blame everyone else for it.
Exactly. It's
I'm
where they
just saying,
thrive.
I'm taking accountability for my actions.
Did you ever feel like,
and people like that, like, they will never be satisfied until everything around them is burning, and then they're like, why are you guys mad at us? We're just here. We're just trying to live our lives.
Like, you felt guilty if you didn't call
He is
Amber,
a good interviewer.
like, because I mean, you know, you were the one that reached out and
giving
you told
Mr.
her
Snowflake
that you
a
were
run for his
hater,
money.
and, you know, this all
But
started
they
off
wouldn't
as a
compete.
game. So was there
They
ever a part
like
of
each
you
other.
that kind of felt like I owe it to her?
No, not that. No, not like that.
That's part of it. Crap artist with humiliation kink. They not only want the public humiliation, they want the sympathy that comes with some people seeing how timid and weak they act afterwards. Like, that's why she's playing it up.
I felt more pressured, but not like that. That, you know, I owed it to her.
Pressured.
Yeah, it was kind of like there was a lot of things that were forced. That is like, I know that's a broad thing to say, but a lot of things with me, like where how you like you have pressure and you feel forced and you're like, okay, maybe I'll just
like
call
that.
her and talk whatever.
I've been in some situations where there was some pressure,
and yeah,
and
there was feelings
I didn't
involved,
fold
and there was a person
because
that I was dealing
like
with that I didn't see
this
on
is
YouTube.
not even a
And
real
like
thing.
I told you,
This is like an internet talking relationship. Like there's nothing. You were a nobody until you decided to like continue talking to Amber. Like the only reason you're relevant to the internet is because of Amber, and that's what she wanted, and that's all. That's all. There's nothing else to say to that. Like at the end of the day, it's become apparent that there's no victims in this situation. There's just people trying to take advantage of the situation from different points of view, and their conflicting points of view. So there's a conflict, not necessarily any victims.
I don't now with all this, I don't know if who I was dealing with was a mask or if the YouTube is a mask. So, but what it looks like is the YouTube is her, and what I dealt with was a mask. And it was dumb, Jordy.
Exactly, Natasha. Like they became internet personas as soon as they put a voice to like all this narrative that they didn't have to necessarily be a part of outside of people knowing like vaguely who they would be.
I've never done anything like this before, like this live stuff, so I apologize for rambling.
Well, I mean, just to offer you a little bit of unsolicited advice here, obviously the reason why you kind of got involved with Amberlynn is because you enjoyed some type of emotional connection
you were
with
trolling her,
whatever that might have been. So I just would maybe suggest identify.
They're being absolutely obtuse. There's things they're not mentioning that it's behind the scenes that they're hoping that neither party mentions. That's why they're living like, and it sounds so bizarre. It's because there's the real details missing to fill in the whole like blank spaces that we're like imagining.
What you liked out of the relationship that you had online with Amberlynn, and kind of see
but
how
she had to keep following her. She had to
your own marriage,
all of that,
because maybe you were missing something, or maybe she provided something that Brittany doesn't.
Have a public profile.
Obviously, you guys were exchanging gifts, so there were feelings. So, I mean, relationships are work, marriages take work, and everything. So, I mean, I'm glad
Jordy would know. He's married with 3 kids.
To hear that you guys are trying to work it out, and you haven't called it quits over this and everything.
Yeah, we've been together 10 years.
That's a long time.
We've been married for going on 9 now. So, I mean, of course, like 10 years is a long time, Jordy. Like people are going to make mistakes in marriages. And this was one of them. And it was probably the worst one I ever made in this whole 10 years. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing that people don't realize. Yes, you don't have to try to like interact with the internet, but you have to try to put yourself on the internet. You really do.
It started out as a joke and ended as a nightmare.
So about this, I mean, sorry, remind me one
they
more
don't
time
need pets. They need hobbies.
Why was Amberlynn under the impression that you were going to move in with her? I guess that
as soon as they stop meeting their needs.
Oh gosh,
Jordy is gay. Sorry, Chef. It's a joke on Jordy's channel that he's married with 3 kids, triplets, I believe. It's just a joke. He's very gay, I believe.
We I guess, I chose, she was like, you never, like I said, we had a conversation. She's like, you never choose me. You don't want to be with me. You always choose your wife. You could just be with me, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, well, what, like I said, she said it would be more communication, more loyal, more honest with each other. Okay, that's fine. We can move on to that. And she's like, okay, well, let's meet. I was like, okay, pick a date. And then the discussion came up. I was like, if I do this and then I come back, it's going to be World War fucking 3. And then she's like, well, just move in, or something. It came about, and I did not
That
have
doesn't even make
intentions to
sense.
do it.
Like what?
I didn't want to, but yeah, I let her on and told her because it was like months before. I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
That's
But
so
she was
fucking
asking me
stupid.
multiple
Like,
times throughout the
you
time
didn't need
frame.
to say any
Am I
of
still
that
coming? Are
to
you still coming? Are you still going to be here?
to Amber.
And
She must have,
like
was
that was
there
just
like
for
a push from her for
self-aggrandizement.
you to get a divorce?
Yes.
So she was like trying to like slowly put her hooks in and try to kind of change your mind.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Not a good idea on her end. Well, so there was a moon picture at one point. Too. I see a lot of people in the chat right now being interested. Was that you? Did you send her that picture of the moon?
What moon?
There was some photo Amberlynn had, and it was like the date that you guys allegedly started dating, and it was
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that was you?
Yeah.
All right. So, just the chat's really curious about the Lego and the moon pic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all's time. Thank you so much for getting on here with me.
Yeah, he could tell there was nothing really
I'd imagine,
there.
I'd imagine Amberlynn will have
they were
something
just
to say
too
about all
ready
of this,
to
and she'll
be
have
like
her side of the story.
taking credit for
sure
it.
that you can
Just like
expect
Amber
Alexis
takes
to say
credit
stuff, but
for negative attention.
I could care less about Alexis.
So fucking
I
weird.
could care less about anyone.
It kind of seems like everybody's just annoyed with Alexis.
Maybe they're both in the chat. I don't know, but Alexis, I'd watch it.
Exactly.
Because I know more than you think I do. So chill.
We have.
But anyways, it was good
we have
talking
TikTok
to you.
level,
And
yes,
AI. I'm an asshole.
You can do so much shit.
Piece of crap for doing this, and not looking for sympathy, not looking for any type of sympathy or anything like that. So.
You're not gonna get any, but like I said, that's exactly what she's trolling
have a good rest
for.
tonight. Thanks so much for giving me the time.
You too, George.
That's exactly what she was seeking out, was the, oh, I'm not looking for sympathy, you guys. I've just come on here and said that I was forced to do things. No sympathy seeking there.
Marty, thank you for clarifying for us.
All right. See you soon. Bye.
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 Guys.
What do you have to say, Jordy? He took off the glasses. Oh no. He took off the glasses. Oh my god, Jordy.
Am I dreaming? Amberlynn, out of everything that I took away from that, I think that the girl, obviously she and Brittany are going to have to work that out on their own,
exactly. That's what I said.
Marriage, all that.
They're bored in their relationship.
I mean, like I said earlier, there are different interpretations of
it's
cheating.
So sad.
There's different levels.
They need to do
cheating.
something as a couple together.
Say emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. Physical cheating is worse than, just DMing people, whatever. So I mean, there's a lot of gray area, and that's going to be for them to figure out. But really, the
Jordy doesn't smoke.
Part of that story,
he said, it makes him
is
paranoid.
That Amberlynn knew the entire time that they were together, and she very slowly, very
exactly, Natasha. They thought the feeder was taking all the attention.
Manipulative,
and then this happened.
Tried to get this woman to divorce her wife. I mean, I don't understand why Amberlynn would want to get involved with someone who was married.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, try to turn them against their own wife so that they would leave them.
It's sick.
For her.
It's absolutely sick.
It says Amber knew she was married and was trolled.
Destiny was talking to somebody. No. They were in a relationship. They had a girlfriend when she was talking to Amber at the beginning. When Amber was with Crystal still. So, yeah. there's that little nugget. So Amber has a long history of talking to people that she knows are in relationships, and she does not care about your relationship. Like, if you're in a relationship, you might as well be single to her.
I mean, Amberlynn, she had to have looked at this. I mean, it's just like people who were part of Hater Nation reached out to you. You knew that she was married. I mean, there were like red flags from the very beginning.
Yep, I saw that.
And
Apathetic Facts made
at
a
the
community
beginning,
post
they said
about
it
it.
was a joke. They said that they were kind of just messing with Amberlynn. They had a good time laughing
To see if they were talking to each other at the same time, but the fucking wife confirmed it in this call. She said they were talking the whole time together. Like, so that means that either Emily was talking to Amber for a hell of a lot longer, a whole year, or they were only referring to when they like closer to the end or like the beginning of the year. So it's still iffy about like if they were together during the time that or like plotting when they could get together with the partner dying. I know a lot of guys like that, and they get really, really offended that I don't wear a wedding ring. That's so stupid. Like, wedding rings are overpriced, for one thing, compared to the other rings that are the same materials. How are, like, these so expensive? I don't know. I don't really like expensive jewelry because I'm so worried I would lose it. I used to lose, like, whole items of clothing as a kid. I would lose coats and shoes. Like, no shot. Like, I could absolutely forget where I put them and then never find them again.
about it and everything. But
good timeline video. Okay.
I mean, it gets to a point where she's trying to
for Tommy, I think it's either that she's still with Amber or she wants to expose Amber. That's what I think. And so if she finds out confirmation, I think that she will expose that Amber was talking to the two of them at the same time. And then she'll expose how long they've been talking to each other.
To back away saying, you know what, Amber,
the Tommy timeline's not bad.
I don't think that we can keep this going. You know, like, it was nice talking to you and everything, but
yeah,
you know what?
Like, so
I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not...
my class ring, I literally wear on a chain around my neck because otherwise I will lose it. I absolutely will lose it. Everything actually like is in a secure place or like on my person because otherwise I will lose it. And so that's why I try to limit how much I actually get. It's just like, it's not worth the hassle for me.
I'm not just going to make excuses never here because obviously the girl was in on it. So I'm not trying to say that Amberlynn like coerced this girl into having a relationship. And just, you know, after we heard on that phone call and everything, she's taking accountability. Sure. You know, she realizes what she did. So, I mean,
the way she gestured in her vlog before her live stream, she was clearly pointing at someone. And like, I get people don't want to believe it, but I think that she was totally there. Like, Amber doesn't have enough self-respect to not get with her. It's so obvious. It's my high school class ring. For years, I wasn't wearing it. That's why I still have it. And now I just carry it around my neck like Frodo. Like, trying to never lose the one ring. And my other ring I have in... like, if I am going to wear it, I have it in my pocket most of the time. Because I actually had my dad's old wedding band. It was an 18-karat gold, gorgeous wedding band. And I lost it at a celebration brunch for my new job, like, when I was 25 or 26. Like, I felt so fucking stupid. And that's one of the major reasons I don't buy expensive jewelry.
Was it even a troll if she knew? The the best part of that phone call is when they popped off on Alexis.
Oh yeah, everybody hates Alexis. Fuck that bitch. Oh.
Alexis.
Yeah, it's really just like a thing at certain schools, I think. Like even for high school, it's very rare now to have class rings, except for like maybe if you're doing sports and stuff. But like it was a big deal at my school. And then I was still trying to fit in back then. So I wanted to get one. But at this point, the only finger it fits on is my pinky. And it's not even just because I got fat. It's like, and not even like fat really, but like, my hands just got bigger as I got older.
Why
I can always get it resized, but like, that's so much fucking effort.
With many oh yeah. Oh, whoa. That's another thing. Who's Abby? Who is the 22-year-old small framed girl?
And is Danielle the same Danielle as from years ago? Because if it is, that would be one of Amber's long-term friends.
Abby.
And she could hold that over us, that is a real friend that she's known that whole time. Except this kind of makes it seem like it's more than a friend and she's married.
Apparently, this was not the only person involved. Who did she? Danielle. Yeah. Who's Danielle? Who's
artist,
Abby?
that sucks.
So, I mean,
That sucks
obviously,
so bad.
and I mean, I knew this. We all knew this. We knew that Amberlynn was
Abby
talking
and
to
Danielle
many
are
different women at the
apparently
same
2 other married women that Amber was talking to, specifically married.
time, and she was trying to throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and was seeing what tried to stick. So it's like, let me talk to Emily. Let me talk to Erica. Let me talk to Danielle. Let me talk to Abby. And these are just the people we know about. You know, this is like an iceberg. You can see the
Amanda.
top of the iceberg.
And that's why she's
above
so
the
desperately
ocean.
trying.
Think about everything beneath it.
It's just never going to work either.
Yeah.
She's trying to be something that she's
We
not
need
either.
answers. I mean, obviously Amberlynn is going to have a response to this.
And she did.
We
have
just
a
got
response.
one side of the story. Now,
And
as
that'll
you
be
guys
up.
saw in Alexis,
My reaction to her live stream will be up tomorrow, probably early afternoon, like 1 o'clock-ish. I want to go to the grocery store in the morning, and then I will come back and film, or not film, but record. Yeah, I think that's what I'm
super
gonna do.
chat a short while ago.
Exactly. Single Lynn never existed. Single Lynn is a myth. The myth, the legend. Single Lynn.
Oh,
never gonna happen.
She was alleging
Never.
that pretty much everything that those two said on that phone call was a lie. They're spewing lies. They don't know what they're talking about. So there's going to be another half of this story that is going to eventually unfold.
Oh my gosh, Lewis. That's fucking hilarious.
But you know what I will say? I do think that there will be things that Amberlynn say in the future when she does her little tell-all or whatever she comes to.
Yeah, that's how it was at my school, Natasha. I graduated in 2009. It was like literally not a thing at my college though, which is pretty funny. Because usually people get a class ring for college, not high school necessarily, even if they offer it.
You know, talk about all this. That, you know, I think.
Oh
that
my god, the graduation song! I remember that when that came out. That was huge. It was huge on Disney Channel.
We'll have a little bit of something to say that will kind of not vindicate her or not put her in a good light, but I mean, obviously, the girl sent her
True
the
crap
$400
artist.
Lego. The girl sent her the moon picture. So, I mean, it was reciprocal. It was reciprocal.
Yeah, Asher, I think I graduated in middle school to that song.
Amber's going through
which would have been like 2005.
Alexis is like Team Amber till the grave. She's like the Kristen Stewart to Amber's Edward Cullen. Like that's her ride or die.
Oh my god, the Kristen Stewart to the Robert Pattinson. Oh my gosh.
The recorded phone call. So here's the thing. They, prior to talking to me, did an interview or said something to Apathetic Facts.
Yes.
And I would imagine that in the next day or two, Apathetic Facts is going to release a video outlining maybe some more information that you did not hear in this stream today. Call Amber. If Amber will talk to me, I'll have her on right here. If Amberlynn wants to call me and she wants to come on and straighten things out, I'm more than happy to call her. Oh my. Apathetic Facts probably has the call. We basically heard from Brittany
we did
just
see
now
the call.
Kind of what was disclosed in that call. So, I'm sure that you guys are interested in listening to that recording, but I feel like it's just going to be a lot of Amberlynn
What is the
crying.
rest of the stream?
Is lying.
I feel like he's kind of done. He's just going to talk to chat. Oh, the clever teacup.
Moosh, thank you.
Okay, let's go over to that channel. The clever teacup.
Jerry. What would that be? AMB. Tommy is a feeder. I bet you Tommy is taking the biggest sigh of relief tonight, thinking, oh gosh, finally, all the attention is off of me.
Where are you?
Thank you so much for the super chat. Did Amber admit any of her lies to Erica?
I don't see them.
Amberlynn doesn't oftentimes admit that she lied. I know that there are videos of her saying like, I lied, but it takes a lot to get Amberlynn to show some responsibility.
There you go.
Own up to it. You kind of have to corner her.
You don't have any content.
Which I feel like the community has done over the past week. We kind of have put her in a corner, and it's like,
okay, thanks, Jordy. I'm going to be posting a video this week about how all of this has personally affected me. What it's really been like behind the scenes, finding out things I had no idea about, and how I've been coping with it, and what it feels. Jesus Christ, this is a long-ass run-on sentence. God damn. I think I need to start over because I got lost in the thought. I'm going to be posting a video this week about how all of this has personally affected me, period. What it's really been like behind the scenes, finding out things I had no idea about, and how I've been coping with it, and what it feels like in my position, and how Erica has reacted to my questions, and more. Jesus fucking Christ, that is a run-on fucking paragraph. And I have a little question for you guys as well I need to ask. Where's the question? I thought you guys were done. You are not an innocent party. None of you are. If you didn't want it to affect you, you shouldn't have spent time trying to be a lol cow. It's time to take the L and move on. You and Erica come on here wanting to go public, spilling tea, having your moment. Then Amber defends herself in her live, and you two come back on Jordy's channel telling Amber to not say another word about anything, threatening legal action. It doesn't work like that. In fact, it makes you two sound even more like liars. What are you afraid of her saying? The can is open. Deal with the consequences. You can't shut people up because what they have to say doesn't align with what your narrative doesn't align with your narrative. That's pretty good. These people, Brittany, you are not a victim. Stop clout chasing. I wonder if anybody wrote about the humiliation. Let's search. Where is it? Where are you? I am apparently blind and cannot see where the highlight is. Yeah, it says there's 2 results. And it's not taking me to it. I'm used to using a Mac. I only recently switched over to full PC. So I hate it sometimes. Oh well. Let's read some more comments. Let's pick a random one. They like this one, or they responded to this one. Here comes the monetization attempt. Oh my god. We were more Nirvana and 9 Inch Nails. Nice. Yeah. My high school graduation was choral themed, or choral music, rather, not theme like the animal plant thing. And I was singing in it. So there's that. I sing at my own graduation. Really think this is a bad idea. Oh wait, let me see what they said. I'm far, far from monetization. My intentions from my videos are not money motivated, unlike some people. Getting feedback from thousands of people is incredibly important and or not important, helpful. You're not in this situation. I am. She sounds exactly like Amber. That's something Amber would have written. That's why I'm saying, like, these people attracted each other because they're the same. They just felt it. They just didn't know why. I'd also like to point out that I never asked Jordy for any money off the bitch. Bitch? What? Bitch? Huh? Bitch? You wanted Jordy's money? Or you have some kind of expectation to rights of his money? The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck? Now that's really bad. They're just digging themselves in. Why stay with a cheater? I'm genuinely curious. Something's happened last night that made me question if either of them understand that there are consequences to their action. Ooh. So she cheated on you again? Interesting. Interesting. People are not here for this. You know how this community rolls. You have been squeezed dry, it's over. Now fade back into the darkness. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Silence, big girl. Oh my gosh. I want those 2 pages of notes and answers about that 2400. Lego moon picture shipping costs, data spent to... Really? Really? Pain and suffering? The fuck? The fuck? Girl, no one cares how you're coping with a situation you put yourself in. Kinda. Kinda. Maybe. I mean, Natter is still on YouTube, I think. Oh no, he got kicked off. Right. He got banned finally. But he still like pops up in somebody else's stream. An itemized expense list, right? Girl, don't make a fool more of a or girl, don't make a fool of yourself even more. The community you know all well does not see you as a victim nor hero. In fact, most of us are disgusted. That's not how you spell that. Disgusted with you, what you have done. Erica treated Amber to not... Their grammar is not very good. And my reading is not great at this point. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Exactly. Usually, unless somebody really fucking works on themselves, they're still going to be a cheater. Like, it takes a lot of work to change that kind of behavior because it's not about cheating. It's about the underlying gratification of it. It's all about personally seeking your own pleasure and putting aside everybody else's feelings. whether it's for a moment or if it's an extended period. It's always a suspension of your caring about other people. And that shows that you're not ready to be in a relationship. And they've been in that relationship for so long that it's out of boredom that it happens. So they need to find a way to not be bored, because otherwise they're going to fall apart or they're going to keep this cycle going. It's pretty obvious. Like, once they laid it out themselves, and Amber does like being a hussy, she participated completely. She was complicit and she knew that they were in a relationship. It doesn't matter if they're in an open marriage, that's still a marriage. At the end of the day, if you're formally married, you're married, regardless of how you treat it. Yep. Keep a distance from her. You don't accept DMs from her. You don't talk to her in the comments directly, except if like it's some like one-off exchange. Don't develop a rapport with her, because when she feels like she knows you, she'll push your boundaries. And then she'll get stuff out of you that she can use and twist against you. And that's what she's done here. It's funny though, like all of this out of just saying a name, just confirming for Salty Crab that that was real information. God damn it, Amber. You could have just shut your fucking mouth, but you had to convince us that she was real, that she wasn't Tommy. Which is bad enough, because, like, you should have let us believe that she was Tommy, because then it would have died down faster. Now we have 2 scandals on your hands, and you can't juggle. She would... Oh my god, you. Yeah, it's part of a power thing. Like, she would get off on the fact that she could say that I made them leave that other person, or they left that other person for me. Because she said in her live stream, oh, and you're so, like, part of your reason you're so upset is because she fell for Amberlynn, referring to herself in the third person, which is freaking not the first time. It's a continuous pattern. And the only people that I've ever known who refer to themselves in the third person are not good people. Because it's never about anybody else's feelings about a situation. It's about what they want out of it. She'll wreck anything if she thinks she's going to get something that she wants out of it. She doesn't care. Like I said before, if you have a relationship, you might as well be single to her. She doesn't give a fuck. Exactly. That's what I was saying, crap artist. You need to find something that you can do together that satisfies that bonding and that thrill. Like, otherwise, you're just going to keep drifting further apart to the point where she says that it seems like Erica cheated on her last night or did something to make her rethink the stability of their actual relationship. That's only because you've left it open-ended and neither of you is willing to work on it. And now it's on the internet. The homewrecker burrito. Nice. Nice Moe's reference. What did Asher say? Started watching reaction channels because Amber behaves a lot like my mother. It's very interesting to see how oddly familiar Amber's actions are. Yeah. If you've been around people who are very similar to her, it stands out immediately. And then it's almost triggering, because when you've been put into situations by them, it's like, oh shit, this is happening all over again, but it's not even me this time. And I can't even necessarily do something to stop it, except to call it out. And I watched her for years, and I considered making a channel basically 6 months before I did. And like, I just didn't think I didn't think it was the right time for me to speak about her. Just like, I needed more information. And then she started doing all the Valentine shit and moved to Oklahoma. So I figured it was time to pull the trigger. Yeah, Moe's is pretty good. I prefer Moe's to Chipotle. It tastes better to me. I'm just going through the comments. Yeah, I mean, telling stories, like, it can be cathartic, especially like if they're difficult memories, like just getting it out and like having other people evaluate it critically, or even just like getting their feedback can be helpful to give you perspective. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, and like sometimes like it's just, yeah, there's things that like you might not want to think about, or like that you don't think were bad at the time, and then on reflection it's just like, oh, interesting. Yeah. This has been very fun being live, but it's 10 and I need to probably go get something to eat for dinner. But thank you to everybody for being here and supporting my first live stream, and Amber's first live stream since I've been making reactions. Well, actually, this is not Amber's first live stream. What the fuck? That'll be tomorrow. But reaction to her drama, as it were. Yeah, sometimes like you have to learn. Part of growing up is learning that like some of their family is not worth being around. At least not all the time. Oh, I definitely will be live again, especially if like I'm like, this was kind of just a test. I literally rushed. That's why I had to push back the stream by 10 minutes. I was trying to get the settings all correct before so it wouldn't like fuck up. But it worked. Have a good night, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Everybody was great to me. So it's easy to host a very communicative chat. So thank you, everybody. And I will talk to you all in the video tomorrow that I will record. Hopefully they get better. But thank you. It's really hard to actually get canceled for real. Like Logan Paul is still a thing. Like there's so many people who deserve to be canceled for various reasons, and they're still around. There's always going to be an audience as long as there's the internet. And that's kind of just something that people don't understand, like the full scope. Like there'll always be somebody. Anywho, have a good night, everybody. Talk to you later.